We're going to give all praise, glory, and honor to
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, QADASH.
Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, who were well. Salutation and much love to the Hakim out there, pushing out his word in truth and sincerity. First from Great Millstone Tampa, back with another teaching on the highways and byways, prophesied of downfall of Babylon, aka America, to tell our people to wake up and repent, turn back unto the Lord. And as you see, America's crumbling. Donald Trump is leading America to its doom, its finale. You got wars, rumors of wars, just like the Lord said would be taking place before his return. Cuba might be up next to be invaded. Right? They're not doing too good. There's no oil coming in. The lights are out. Cuba might be the next state of America, or the next territory of America very soon. That's in swimming distance from Florida.
They'll claim rights to it. Yeah. And America's been the one fucking them up right now.
Exactly. The reason they're like that, stuck in the 50s, is because of America. And the little oil they were getting was coming from Venezuela. So that place is finished. Now, and then we got the war going on with Iran, possibly any moment now. You know, Donald Trump is going to give a green light to drop some bombs on Iran. While you pee on Americans celebrating God knows what. Don't know what's going on in your own country, because America's falling apart as we speak. Divisions are at an all-time high. Geopolitical tensions are at an all-time high. The economy's collapsing. But everything's fun and games. So very soon you're gonna be begging for. Everybody out here is about to become a beggar. And who are you gonna go begging to? The government. The same people that created this situation you're about to be in.
They're gonna be begging to. That's what people are gonna be looking for is for answers.
And you ain't gonna find them. Quite the famine of the word is coming.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 8, and verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water.
Even though a famine is coming, a lot of people here in America are going to starve to death. But a famine going to hear in the word. What word? The word of the Lord. The word of the Lord, yeah, you go to church, they're not telling you what the word of the Lord is. They're not telling you about the prophecies, why these things are happening worldwide right now. You go to church and you spend money for nothing. But when we out here, you think it's a joke. All right, you don't take heed to it, but we're actually giving you the message of the Lord. You go to church for nothing, you're wasting your time there. Really the only reason you're there is to pay up, you know. And then now that churches, these mega churches, even broke churches got ATM machines, which that's a hustle, a private hustle that anybody can buy. Where do you think that money's going to? The ATM fees and all that? That was paid for by the church itself. That ain't YAHAWAH or Wells Fargo ATM. That's an ATM purchased by the churchgoers. They pay for that. And now they're going to tax you for the donations. That's just wicked. And you know when you go when you go to the ATM, they charge you 2%, 3%. Guess who that fee goes to? Whoever owns the ATM. And who owns the ATM in the church? The church do. So they get taxing you on your donations. That's wicked.
And they non-profitable.
Yeah, so they don't get taxed. They even own it. But again, you're not hearing what the Lord is saying in the church. You're not hearing that anywhere else after the prophets of the Lord. Hence why you had these two creatures of the darkness walk by. They're looking for some sewer drains with the bottle of vodka or whatever the fuck it was, laughing at us, not knowing that your whole life is about to be flipped upside down, and then you're gonna wish to come back out here and see us.
She opened up her mouth and said, I'm screaming. Well, hey, the scripture say every other word. So in that day, she will literally be screaming.
Yeah, literally. You was making fun of the prophets, talking shit. Little do you know, for you women, especially you women that look good, all that fake ass and all that shit, that's going to be a curse on you in that day.
And it was the out of shape one that said that.
Of course, it's always it's always a fat bitch to say some shit. The anchor, as we call it, the anchor of the ship.
She gonna be
That's
better.
yeah, that's the well shit. Who's gonna want to eat that? That's it. Hey, but it's gonna get to a point where people will eat it. Yeah, well, there's something. Let's not go down that alley, because that's not even a road. That's an alley. It's a dark alley. We don't want to go down. But nonetheless, point being that women, even women like that, proud woman, boastful, she that is my enemy, Micah 7, they're gonna be wishing they could come across us again, because they know. If they walk by and hear us what we're talking about, they know we're talking about something serious. They just laugh it off, because that's like a defense mechanism. You try to laugh it off when something's serious, or when you you don't want to show your true colors, so to say. So you just laugh it off when that shit is cutting you, because it's the word of the Lord. The word of the Lord is cutting you, people. And guess what? It's about to be a famine of hearing the word. We're not about. What you think? In the midst of chaos, the element, the hungry Greek, all this shit being burned down, people killing each other out here for food. We gonna be out here, that's right, brother, holding up the Cesare Borgia sign? No, hell no. This part of the ministry is coming to an end. And somebody hold Jeremiah 16, because that when the famine of the word stops, it's time to stop talking. You know.
And we pretty much there now, because everything we've been saying is happening. It's like there's going to be no need for us to come out here and prophesy soon, because everything now is reality. As the scriptures tell you in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, the end is being made manifest. So now the Lord's going to remove us off of the scene, hide us somewhere safe, and bring fucking all hell in the streets.
And He's going to give us power to defend ourselves. Hence why we're going to be hunters. You know, we're going to have. Because when you're a fisher, which somebody we'll finish that real quick, and then somebody get it, because you know, when you're a fisher, you got to be peaceable, calm. You can't make too much commotion, you know. And that's us right now. We're not out here to make commotion. Now, if it rises, you know, sometimes you got to start reeling that fish in. You know, it gets violent sometimes. The waters might get turbulent or whatever, but for the most part, you're just chilling when you're fishing. You're patient. You got to just wait. Finish that off though, because the teaching is that fishing part, right? Come out here and present ourselves as living sacrifice. That's the fishing. Or like, the fishing. And the Lord even said in Matthew 5, I will follow me. I shall make you fishers of men. He told that to Peter and his brother, Peter and Andrew, and then he also told it to James and John. Both of them.
And the bait we using is the scriptures. You know, YAHAWASHI said that too. You know, every type is coming into this. You be throwing a net out, and you got bad fish, you got good fish. You know,
that's for the fishermen. You know, throw the bad fish back out. Because you're gonna bite the fall. It's gonna get just bad shit's gonna get into the net. You know, but we're looking for the meat for repentance, the good fish, the kosher. Go ahead.
So finishing up, Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, power, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord.
Yeah, that's what's coming. A famine of hearing the word of the Lord. That's what's going to come. It's coming real soon. And again, going to church, you're not hearing the word of the Lord. They barely talk about the Bible. People that claim to be Christians, when's the last time you read the Bible? These people don't read the Bible. Their pastors don't even read the Bible. They go to church for an hour, 2 hours, whatever, and the majority of them, they sing it, you know, they dancing. It's a concert. That's really what it is. It's a concert.
And they'll talk about financial stability, but the only reason why they do that is so that they can make sure that you got your finances in check, so you can tithe.
Make sure you tithe, man. That's the only law that Christianity upholds now, that tithes. Because when you pass it around, when that bucket goes around, there's niggas at the end of the aisle looking and shit. Like, who didn't put money in? And if you don't put no money in, they looking at you like you a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That nigga, I'm broke. You're supposed to be giving me money. But this nigga pulled up in the AMG Black Edition, the Rolls Royce, or a helicopter. Like, what the fuck? And you barely making ends meet. You asking for 30 cents down the corners. But you go to church every Sunday, and the pastor laughing at you. What a joke. America's a joke. Anybody going to church is a joke. Name me one. Give me the precept. Give me the scriptures they read to you on Sunday. Last Sunday. Yeah, well, don't worry. We'll give you a pen and paper to take to church tomorrow, and you come back with a report.
They got the little cards they give you, and you got to fill in the words as they put the
like
slides.
it's trivia.
Yeah, yeah.
And nigga, the scriptures ain't supposed to be trivialized.
Right.
It's supposed to be tight. The pastor, the leader of the church is supposed to be exhorting, teaching, rebuking. Ain't nobody getting rebuked in the churches. Ain't nobody getting warned of what's coming. Exactly. That's the pastor supposed to watch over the sheep. Them niggas is requiring you. When have you seen the sheep pay the shepherd? That's what's going on in these apartment houses and in cold church. But again, what's coming? When we're not, because we're the true pastors, right? I shall give the pastors according to my own heart. We're the true pastors, which really goes back to preacher, prophet, you know. But once we're not out here no more, hey, it's going to be bad signs to you people. Once we stop coming out, it's going to be bad sign. Because that means something the Lord is getting down at that point in time, you know. Or has elevated it to the next level, so to say. But somebody got that Jeremiah?
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, and verse 16. Behold, I will send from many fishers, said the Lord, and they shall fish them, and after will I send from many hunters. Jeremiah 16 and verse 16. Behold, I will send from many fishers, said the Lord, and they shall fish them, and after will I send for many hunters, and they will hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
So like one more time.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse 16.
Right, because again, this is about to happen once we stop coming out here. Because we're just out here patiently fishing. Again, fishing for men. All right, because that's what the Lord told his disciples. I'm gonna make you fishers of men. You got that? All right, read that real quick.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 4, verse 19. And he said, and it says, and he said,
4. Okay, I said 5. Okay,
Matthew chapter 4, verse 19, and he said unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men.
There you go. And that's what who is he talking to? His disciples. And that's what he made them, fishers of men. So, and again, when the brother said that the bait is the word, and we got the hook, you know, the 12 tribes, that hooks people in. It's about, you know, gets the conversation started, so to say. But that's what we've been sent out here to do, to fish. And again, you can't make too much turbulence because you're going to scare the fish away. You know, calm, patient. You know, the time just got to go by. And then you might not catch something. There's days you might not catch something, but guess what? You got to go back out there. And that's why specifically, if you go into it, that's why the men that he said that to, which was Simon, Peter, and Andrew, his brother, they were fishermen already. James and John, they were fishermen as well. So they had a concept of being patient and going out and fishing already. So that's why the Lord said, look, put them nets down. I'll make you fishers of men, because they already had the concept in their, you know, their life. That was their occupation. So they most likely their father, because I know the sons of Zebedee, James and John, they were out there with their father when YAHAWASHI called them. So the pops was probably like, what the fuck, where y'all going? But you know, just to add that on to that, they already had the concept of being patient, and so it would make sense why the Lord would say to come to them first and be like, yo, I'm going to finish this event. They already know how to be patient, you know. Go back to you guys are working.
This is 2 Corinthians 5, verse 20 in the NLT. It says, so we are Mashiach's ambassadors, and how is making his appeal through us. We speak for Mashiach when we plead, come back to YAHAWAH. So, you know, get about peace of the Lord. You know, we are his ambassadors. When we come out here every weekend, we're pleading, you know, hey, to come back to the Lord. You know, the Lord has gave us that position. You know, we just hope and pray we continue in that position. You know,
and that's the role that we've been given. You know, the Lord said, I'm gonna make you fishers of men. That's a job. You know, they all right, cool. Now you got a new job. You know, yeah, you already had this past experience of this. Hey, put the nets down, make it fishers of men. And now you're gonna have to go out and no longer use wait around. You know, like when you physically fish. But now you're gonna have to get active to fish. labor intensive, so to say. The harvest is great, laborers are few, you know. Just using that as an example, you know, how the Lord is likening this ministry into a job. Did not he say to his own parents, no, you're not about my father's business. This is a business that we have been left keys, so to say, you know, to run, operate the business while the master is not here at the moment. But now we're about to be our job, what's it called? The occupation, you know, when you promoted with that, it's like the list, the duties, job duties, something like that. Yeah, pretty much a job. Yeah, but it entails, I forgot the exact word. Yeah, the job description is about to be changed. Because, you know, we were fishers, but it was to build us up to become the hunters. You know? So, yeah, the job description is about to be changed because we're going to get the promotion, you know? And now we've already been it's started being spiritual, you know, being fishermen, fishing for the elect, and just throwing that net out there, throwing the bait, whatever, the rod, the hook. And then, so ultimately, now it's time, since we proved ourselves in that first stage, that entry-level employment, so to say, now you get the promotion, now you found worthy enough to be the hunter, so to say, you know, or the supervisor, because that's what we're about to become. You know, we're going to have to, tend over the sheep, the flock, because we've been feeding them spiritually. You know, if you love me, the Lord said, if you love me, feed my sheep. We've been feeding them. But now we're going to have to physically feed them somehow, right? Like the Lord did. So now the power's coming so that we can operate in that position now as being the hunters.
Yeah, I was going to back you up too. And when the power comes, it's going to make the elect come in more abundantly. Like in the time of the Acts, where it says how, you know, 3,000 souls were, you know, converted in one day. Because the power.
Exactly.
It's not going to be much of a thing of waiting when the power comes.
Yeah, and we're going to need it to physically feed them, you know, because the Lord's going to be guiding us so we can guide the believers.
Right.
And again, the thousands followed the Lord just to eat. You know, and that's it. They stuck around, heard what he had to say, and they got converted. You know, but a lot of people did just follow the Lord just to eat because they knew that he could just, I wish I had. There was five loaves and some fish, and everybody ate. Thousands ate, and they still had they had more food than what they started with. You don't think that went around? You know, they like to talk, you know, gossip. That's where when they saw where YAHAWASHI was, because there was no social media. You know, motherfuckers like to update where they at. No, when they heard YAHAWASHI was in town, yeah, we gotta go. But that's a free meal right there. But hey, there was a lot of believers amongst that too. You know, because even YAHAWASHI knew that not all of them were true believers, but he still fed them anyway. But going to the point though, we're about to transition into a new phase. In other words, just like Esau's about to transition to another phase, well, the Lord's about to transition his elect to the next stage. All right, to you know, bring prophecy forward. Get what you had real quick.
This is Ezekiel 3 and verse 26. And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shalt not be to them a reprover.
Yeah, going back to the famine of the word. So even if in your mind you want to reprove such and such, the Lord, he'll have you can't even talk to the dude. You know, he'll cleave your tongue to the roof of your mouth. You can't even speak. Because the Lord will have mercy on whom he will, you know. You know that?
It says, for they are a rebellious household.
Yeah, the majority of our people, you know, they're a rebellious household. So it's going to come a time where the Lord ain't going to have us reproving these people because they didn't want to take heed when it was convenient, all right? Because their life was still going on. They could still lie to themselves about the reality. They could bullshit around tiptoe around the tulips. But when the shit hits the fan, that's when people, oh God, Jesus, it start motherfuckers become the most religious people on the planet when shit hits the fan. But that's when the Lord's finna take us, the reprovers, away. And that's when the famine of the word's gonna come, when all hell breaks out and society is well, it's already crumbling as we speak, but it's gonna continue to get worse here in America. And then we ain't gonna be out here to give you the answers of why this and why that. You just gonna have to figure it out at that point. And if you do have to come across with the elect, all day, you know, in the hot scorching sun. You know, then you catch shit that you can't use. So you gotta go back. So there'll be days where you just, to most people's, you know, conception, be like, what a waste of time. Well, we come out here and prophesy to win. Even if we catch nothing but bad fish that day, guess what? We're gonna come out the next time and fish again, or throw the net on the other side, like, or whatever the case may be. And that's what we're getting to, man. Because enough with the telling you people, you know, we coming to the end of this. Very soon we're not gonna be out here, you know, reading you a Bible. Next we're gonna show you the hard way. If that's if you even come across a man of the Lord, because you might learn either way you're gonna learn the hard way, but it might not be in the hands of one of the elect. But you're gonna learn. They shall know it through death by pain. And things about it start getting real nasty. Again, when you stop seeing us, because everybody that sees us, they know we come out here religiously every week, sometimes multiple times a week, on the clock, like routine, right? So when we stop coming out here, things is gonna be terrible out here, and people gonna start, damn, they come this week. Hopefully they come next week. Damn, man, it's been 2 weeks and they ain't seen them. This is gonna shake people up, because when we stop coming out here, the world, as you know, is gonna be different. It is not gonna be what it is now. And then motherfuckers ringing, riding bikes, ringing the little bells, fat bitches talking shit, walking by, 100 pounds overweight. So a lot of people are about to go on a ghost, what they call it, the Biggest Loser, the Slim Fast diets. A lot of people are about to be forced into diets. They're forced into fasting, forced into confronting, you know, things that you don't want to confront. A lot of people try to avoid confrontation. You're about to be forced into it, and that's why the Lord's about to turn us into hunters. You know, the games are done with, man. The Lord's about to put us on a level that, again, the standard being lifted. The Lord's about to put us on an untouchable level. Why? So He can show His power, so that you can know who His chosen are, who His prophets are. Here it is, century after century, generation after generation, captivity after captivity. The prophets have been scoffed at, mocked, killed, persecuted, hated, so on and so forth. And then at the very end, He's just going to continue to let this go on. Now it's time for you to know how the Lord deals, and really refresh the world's memory on how He deals. Because the world has forgotten the power of the Lord and how He used to deal with His men, where they can call fire from the heavens and burn niggas up just like that. Perhaps the bears come out of the bushes and kill a bunch of children. That's the power you're about to recognize again. When we start commanding things to happen and they instantly happen.
Just back up the brother. This is Psalms 149 and verse 6 and 7. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand.
Yeah, that's high praises. Ain't nobody praising the Lord. The last thing on people's mind throughout the whole day is praising the Lord. What they want to praise themselves. You know, they want praises of men. They want to be cheered on by some cheerleaders or some spectators.
And this is twofold, because right now we have that two-edged sword, which is this word. And we're what? Cutting the soul asunder. We're cutting people deep with this word. That's why you get people that come up here, or they've seen videos and then they see us out on the streets and they come up here with an issue because what? Their soul is cut.
Condemned.
Yeah, they condemn.
Because they know what? They know their deeds are evil. You don't got a problem with us. You got a problem with the word of the Lord. We're just telling you what the scriptures say. But I thought you was a Christian. You're a Christian when you got a problem with the word of the Lord. Oh, you're taking that in context. You're cherry picking. We've heard it all. Whatever. You break it down. You got no answer.
Verse 7, or let me finish 6. And a two-edged sword in their hand to execute vengeance upon the heathen.
And that's physically going to happen too when we become hunters. You know. And again, the two-edged sword is a weapon, right? We could have a fire sword, call that out and just make it out of thin air.
Telekinetic powers.
Yeah. It'll bug you out in your own mind. Have you kill yourself.
To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people.
Yeah, and vengeance is of the Lord. So the Lord's going to use those that are have been serving him, all right, to execute that vengeance. Go ahead.
And punishments upon the people.
That's King James, right?
Yep. To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron.
That's what hunters do. They go hunting.
And wait to prey into cages.
Yeah, exactly. Or kill them. And so the Lord's going to give us a hit list. And we're going to go hunting them down. That's what hunters do, don't they? Ain't that what Esau does? He go and hunt animals down or put them in zoos. No, that's what we're going to do when you eat devils. And you other nations.
Bring you forth to Yahuwah. He said, the day that would not have any rain over them, rain will hither, slay them before. Yahuwah wants to see it. He wants to look people in the eyes when they're getting that judgment.
Bend the knee or die. And even if you do, you're going into slavery. Because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for slaves. We're not going to kill everybody. There's going to be billions left still. Because we need slaves. And that, again, that's for the hunters to round them up. Just like the Lord allowed Esau to round our people up around the world and to have a whole slave trade, but now it's our turn.
Instead of MAGA, it's going to be mega. Make earth great again. And it's going to be by what? Us being in our proper positions as rulers of the earth under YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, and the heathens being our servants.
To make them work better again, these devils got to be enslaved. They can't be in no position of power. No, we don't care what you think, your opinions, none of that. You're going back to brain in the bushes. We don't want to hear you Edomites ever again, really. You know, the last thing we want to hear out your mouth is don't cry, so then you're going to give when we burn you niggas up.
We want to hear that hammer tinking on the rocks.
Yeah.
Breaking big rocks into little rocks. Verse 9, to execute upon them the judgment written, this honor have all his saints.
It's an honor, it's a privilege. And the saints are going to put, again, beginning with the 144,000, the hunters, the service of the Lord, and we're going to get the honor, the privilege. I think it's in the NLT. Go to the NLT, that last verse, where it said it's an honor. I think it says privilege in the NLT or in the NIV, one of those. It's a privilege to be part of the first fruits, to round these dirty, the leaders of this world. We're going to get them round up and put chains on them. Not every Israelite's going to get that experience.
Psalms 149 and verse 9 in the NLT, to execute the judgment written against them, this is the glorious privilege of his faithful ones.
It's a glorious privilege to put shackles on devils and slay them niggas.
And you devils can relate. You know that feeling every time you slap them handcuffs on Jake.
Exactly. They still do it to this day.
They love it. Or when they blast Jake off. I think it was one of you brothers who sent the video yesterday that or maybe it was in the heads chat where the Edomite just pulled up. Dude came up to the dude's house. There was an argument. Dude came out the house with a shotgun. And he was looking for somebody to kill. As soon as the dude tried to take the gun, he just pulled back and bam, 2 shots. He had
self-defense.
He didn't hesitate because he wanted to kill somebody. And you know he felt damn good about it too. You can see the look on his face. He was proud as hell. Lady was telling me, "I got it on video." He was like, "Good."
Do it again.
The conversation said, it wasn't a sound of words in their voice. Like it was normal for them to talk about it.
When foot's up your asses, you heathens, but chiefly you Edomites. Because all the leaders of this world, they're going into slavery. They ain't gonna die. The people that at the top of all these nations, they not gonna die. They got bunkers, they gonna hide. They already know what's coming. They sit down in these fucking summits and they discuss what's coming. They know. They even show you the movie 2012 where the fucking earth started collapsing. They had a bump in China and shit. I think it was 2012, something like that. And it was a bunch of leaders of the world all over. That's real. That's real. All the niggas on the Epstein list, they gonna be waiting for us to come get them. All the niggas on the Epstein list. Majority of them, anyway.
I got something real quick. Ezekiel 25, and I'll start at 13. In the Good News translation, it's verse 13. Now I announce that I will punish Edom and kill every person and animal there. I will make it a wasteland from the city of Teman to the city of Dedan, and the people will be killed in battle. My people Israel will take...
That's somebody that going to the battle, screaming out the goddamn car like a hooligan.
Of course, a nigga.
So read up again. Verse 13, Ezekiel 25 and 13 in the Good News translation. Now I announce that I will punish Edom and kill every person and animal there. I will make it a wasteland.
America, right? And that's where Edom is Jordan currently. You know, the state or the country of Jordan. That's not where the news is going to obliterate. They're talking about America, where you know the Lord gonna, just like in the flood, kill animals, people, grass, everything.
From the city of Teman to the city of Dedan, and the people will be killed in battle.
It's gonna be a battle, all right. The last battle ever fought.
Verse 14, my people Israel will take revenge on Edom for me, and they will make Edom feel my furious anger.
Jeremiah 51, where the Lord's gonna use us as a battle axe.
Edom will know what it means to be the object of my revenge.
Yeah, you devils, you're gonna know what it means to be a slave, right? Because what the Lord's gonna extract his revenge of what he'll do his people.
Because we were the object of the Lord's revenge. He was laid down on us, and he used Esau on us.
Now the tables back. Goes around and comes around.
The sovereign Lord has spoken.
That's what the Lord said, and that's what he's gonna do. And then you're not you play the victim, but you are the victim. You're gonna be the victim of what's coming. But then don't shed them tears now. You wasn't shedding them tears when you was the perpetrator, you know. So now you're gonna be the victim. Yeah, you just said okay.
Let's start at the top again with topic 17. Just the 17.
Y'all look at it NLT. Jeremiah.
Okay, you can start 16.
Jeremiah 16 and verse 16 in NLT from the top. But now I am sending for many fishermen who will catch them, says the Lord. I am sending for hunters who will hunt them down in the mountains, hills, and caves.
Yeah, so wherever the deep underground military bases, the mountain retreats, whatever the fuck they gonna hide, in the water, in the space stations, it doesn't matter where the fuck they go, the Lord's gonna send out hunters looking for your ass. We're gonna, again, like Brother Brandon said, we're gonna have the privilege, the glorious privilege, the honor to come get the elites, the people living lavishly off of your backs. Right? Because the people we're talking about, they haven't worked a hard day's work in their lives. The people that actually call shots around the world. And it ain't Donald Trump. Donald Trump's low level compared to these people we're talking about. But nonetheless, Donald Trump will be shackled and chains as well. That song said the kings and the nobles, they all going into slavery. I don't give a damn if they're a Rothschild, a Clinton, a Bush, or Joe Schmo working at Walmart. They're all going into slavery. But the first groups of slaves are going to be the elites. The first slaves are going to be the motherfuckers that haven't worked a day in their life. It's going to be tough for them. They haven't worked one day in their life, and they're going straight into slavery, hardcore. You know, so it's going to be tough for them. Go ahead.
Verse 17, Jeremiah 16 and 17. I am watching them closely, and I see every sin. They cannot hope to hide.
They can't hide, as I say, and the Lord's going to give us spiritual safety walls, hear people stop couldn't account for is the spiritual power, because he can't. That's not nothing. He can't actually, like evaluate, like study. He can't study the power of the Lord. That's what spiritual power is. The power of the Lord being manifested through His servants. But Esau, he can't replicate. And look at the level of the weaponry this devil has. And he doesn't even come close to what the Lord can do with His servants, man. Everything that Esau got weapons for. A lot of it's already written in the scriptures where a man did it. A servant of the Lord did it. Lasers, killing thousands of people. Samson, the jawbone, the ashes jawbone. And y'all think it's fairy tale or cartoons or superhero movies. That's written in the Bible. Superhuman strength. That's what the Lord's about to unleash out here. super abilities that you thought was impossible. Like movie was it Glass? Yeah, I know you're talking about the nigga from Bruce Willis. Yeah. They said, hey, which that nigga through his family said they gonna donate his brain just when that nigga died. He ain't even dead. They talking about donating his brain to science. Damn, nigga can't even die before they donate his shit. But nonetheless, that's what the Lord's about to unleash out here. Again, that standard. It's gonna have people in complete awe. They're not gonna be able to explain it away. And then again, the believers, they're gonna ask and inquire how this is even possible. And they'll find out that it was through the Lord we able to do these things. Imagine hopping over a whole building, just taking them off jumping. You come back running like a flash. Or you heal somebody. Or multiply food. People are gonna ask, how did we able to do this? And the believers are gonna be converted right there and then, and then the scoffers are gonna be continue to be walked down the street. Because if you see a miracle, there's only two ways from that. You're either gonna ask and believe, or you're gonna just die in your incredulity. Because even people that saw the Lord do miracles, they were still scoffers. They still didn't believe after seeing the Lord do great works. Like, what do you think is gonna change now? Shit. They didn't believe the Lord Himself when He did works. And He even said, don't believe me for what I'm saying, believe me for the very works. And they still didn't believe. Them motherfuckers are back here today.
Amos 9, verse 1, it says, I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and He said, smite the lintel of the door, that the posts may shake and cut them in the head, all of them, and I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth of them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. Though thou dig into hell, then shall my hand take them.
That's going into the bunkers, or the deep underground military bases, whatever you want to call it, the shelters. They really think that they can hide from the Lord. They're talking about going to Mars. They're selling tickets for the moon, hotels. This is a psychotic man selling dreams that he know damn well they ain't gonna come to happen. Selling tickets to the fucking moon. What a devil. And taking the money too, knowing damn well you ain't never going to the moon. Never went to the moon, but they selling hotels for Mars and the moon. And, well, where they gonna try to hide? In the earth. They ain't going to fucking Pluto to hide. The scripture say they're gonna hide in hell. They gonna dig down, but them motherfuckers dig deep down. Even Cheyenne Mountain, that's miles, under earth. As far as like the mountain and shit. And even they even show you that Resident Evil, the movie Resident Evil, Umbrella Corp was miles and miles under the ground, So you got cities under cities. Hell, New York is a whole city underneath the streets. If you go into the history, they just keep building over shit too. There's a lot of cities, main cities in America, that have whole underground cities that you don't even know about. to in their minds to survive what are they digging so deep down for to survive nuclear warfare? That's why they're digging that. That ain't just to escape radiation or to survive the sun or solar rays. That's because they know nuclear destruction is coming. So thick in the boat, people say nuclear attack. Where was that tested at? How the fuck you know it's going to survive a nuclear attack anyway? The walls are crumbling down on a lot of these motherfuckers. The lower luminaries, right? The niggas that they make some millions and they got enough to make a bunker. That bunker will collapse on your ass. Shit. If you ain't got billions and trillions, your bunker ain't up to par.
If you had one in America, you're gonna be buried underneath that shit.
Oh, you gonna come out, yeah. 33 years later, you gonna come out. Yeah, man.
Missiles gonna tear all of that shit up. You gonna still ask why it's so hot and you in a bunker. If you in America, the Lord gonna pelt this place, man.
And then just the earthquake itself, that's gonna happen. And then that's what I'm saying. The walls are gonna just cave in. It's like, you're in America and you're in a bunker. You're in India. You should got one in Switzerland.
You read that already in Revelation 6?
I got it.
That was it. The last part says, "Those that climb up to heaven, then will I bring me down."
You got a space station. Whatever bullshit they got out there. But they only tell us what they want us to know anyway. But we know there's an international space station. Right?
Christ every day, y'all gonna go into slavery too. And really, think about it. That's why the biggest population is Moab and Elam. We got billions of motherfucking servants waiting, ready to go. Billions, you know. Between the two, it's like 3 billion people. Almost 3 billion, and that's almost half the population. Hell, the majority of the population on Earth is in Asia. Between China and India, in that region, the majority of the Earth lives there. So hey, they gonna be waiting around for us to come get them. I'm sure a lot of people are going to die, obviously, in the wars and whatnot. That's a lot of motherfuckers that are going to be left over in that area. And perfectly, it makes sense because they're servants. Elam's an idiot, and Moab's an idiot. They just need the wars, you know.
Revelation 6 and verse 16, it says to the mountains and rocks, follow us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne.
Yeah, and this is the elites, you know, the dukes of Edom, you know, the ones in charge. That's what you say, Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the end of it that follow it. Well, that top class, all right, that upper echelon of Edomites, the rich, the super rich, that you all somehow are experts on now, right? The Illuminati. Yeah, everybody knows about Illuminati now, the banker, you know, that's common, so they've been exposed, but starting with them, they're going to be the ones hiding, right? Talking about hide us from the wrath of the Lamb. Because when YAHAWASHI appears and invades this place with that big father ship, what you call a spaceship, a UFO, well, that's how the Messiah, the world ended, calls Jesus Christ, whose true name is YAHAWASHI. And he's a so-called black man, by the way. That's how he's returning. Okay, and then the rich, all right, the super rich, the upper echelon, the top of the top of your people, your nation, the banks, the ones, all they know exactly who that is, and they can be trying to hide from it. All right, go ahead.
It says, hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne.
And YAHAWASHI is the one that sits on that throne. He's coming back to take the throne. And that's what I'm telling you. You know, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, it's destruction that's coming. All right? When he called God the Heavenly Father, his true name is Yahawah. That sent his only begotten Son, YAHAWASHI, to come and redeem you and take up the planet Earth and put all these other nations under subjection. It is you and Babylon the Great, aka America. Alright? You've been catching hell since you got here. Alright, so that's why I think somewhat normal to you when the economy is in a state that it's in. Because you've been starving, man. You've been budgeting. You've been eating low-end food. You've been at the dollar store. It's just now that these curses and the downfall of society who benefited from it the most. The other nations started with Esau, Edom, and these women. They benefited from this society operating at its full efficiency, where everything was good, when the economy was great, everything operated perfectly, everybody was happy. They benefited from that the most, these so-called white people. All right? And again, that's what we're talking about, the top rich of your people. That y'all gonna be contacted first by the Messiah, because we talk about you all of the class, which is the backbone of the economy. All right, so-called white people that's doing somewhat good, man. You ain't super rich, but you're doing somewhat good. You benefited from this the most, because the elites, they basically allowed you to have the slaves, man. It was the commoners that was doing all of the lynching. The middle class, the ones who had money, all the torture, you know, the raping, eating them. They was used to, that was hard, they used to eat slaves, man. It was a delicacy. And exactly, they still do it. But now you're crying, because you were the ones that was for Donald Trump, make America great again, because you were benefiting from America, man. All your businesses, all right? You would benefit from it, so it's hurting you the most. Now you feeling it. You feeling the squeeze more than anything when you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians, man. All right, you're used to this. with that being said, what are you fighting for? You fighting for a system that was never for you, man. So let them burn this bitch down. You got a kingdom that's coming. Okay. You have a kingdom that's coming, man. And within that kingdom, you're going to receive a new body and you're going to be able to inherit it forever. That's your inheritance. That's what the hell we've been out here for years, starting from the apostles on down, telling you about your inheritance, man. You are the sons of God, man. So with the sons of God, we're going to inherit power, superpowers, just power, dominion over planet Earth. Go ahead.
It says, and from the wrath of the Lamb, for the great day of his wrath is come.
And so the great day of his wrath is come. That's what we're talking about. Nuclear destruction. Alright? We're just prophesying, telling you what the hell's coming. This place is about to be burned up by fire. We go into it all the time. You devils have created a weapon that basically destroys creation, man.
Celebrities and tech billionaires who are widely reported to have invested in bunkers or safe rooms included Mark Zuckerberg, Gates of Hell, Kim Kardashian, Tom Cruise, Shaquille O'Neal, Peter Thiel.
And I hope Kim Kardashian is left here in America. Yeah, she got it, man. Lord, that's filth, man. That's a disgusting woman, man. She's filthy woman.
And she's single-handedly in charge of leading a whole generation astray.
Wow.
Of women. Now, I want to be that Kim Kardashian. What, a slut? Kim Kardashian got money. She's a billionaire. She's a slut. That's how she got her fame. Her claim to fame was getting piped down by Ray J. You know? Nobody knows her because the real reason they got famous was their dad, lawyer O.J. Simpson. Most people don't know that. They just saw her, whacked off to her in high school, and now she's a upstanding model citizen for women. But the average chick, 30 and under, or hell, 40 and under, looked up to her at some point in their life. And what's she known for to be a whore? What to America? That's a nasty whore. Now she's dealing with this nigga, which he's got that idiot, Lewis Hamilton, the Formula One racer. And then somebody commented, he said, damn, this nigga's a racer, but he don't care about mileage. I was like, damn. But, hey, them kids are through. Kanye West is just Northwest and East, whatever the fuck it is. Through, completely through two demonic parents. But again, she's somehow the epitome of what a woman should describe to be. A slut that make money. She made BBL's famous, really. And anyway, that shit BBL, bro. A lot of them photos be photoshopped. The bitch ain't look like that in real life, bro. All that makeup caked on and them surgeries and the nasty shit. Nah, that shit don't look like that in real life, bro. Most women don't. You see a bitch on Instagram, she don't look like that. And you'll find that out when you meet her. Or after the morning after, when half of the clown face is still on the pillow. But again, who made that face? These sluts.
So it says, Sam Altman, it says the trend among the ultra rich has been growing, driven by fears of various potential disasters, including pandemics, nuclear war, civil unrest, and even risks associated with AI and artificial intelligence. The market for private shelters has increased significantly, with options ranging from simple steam structures to multiple $1 million luxury complexes with amenities like gyms, Cinemax, and advanced medical centers.
So hey man, they literally gonna have their own little fucking safety, safe house, while leave the rest of the people out here, bro, to suffer. Bro, you don't realize, and that's really like Elder Tahar brought it up. Smart's right. Most of the between the rich and the poor. That's what it's all really against. Why they got you people divided, whether you Democrat or Republican, whatever it is, you like the Bucks or you like the Eagles, you pro this, pro that, whatever it is, bro. They got you all divided, which that's Israel. We as people separation. We for the division, but meaning as far as the society, they got you all divided. When the war is between the poor and the rich, that's it.
And that's why they keep the poor divided. Because if the poor are divided, they'll never come up against the rich. They're too busy coming up against each other on stupid shit that doesn't even fucking matter.
Yeah. So they create all this confusion, right?
And they, behind the scenes, they laughing. Yeah, here it is. They was on TV arguing about shit these people fucking fighting over for. But then they get together on the FC Island, sipping on baby blood and laughing and shit.
Yeah, man. So the fight is between the poor and the rich, bro. That's what the whole war is all about, bro. You feel what I'm saying? That's it. To keep you at the bottom, to keep you serving the slaves, so they can be up the top. If somebody's winning, somebody's losing. If somebody's losing, somebody's winning. It's just one or the other. That's why the Lord is only going after his elect first, man. The first fruits. It's like, they gonna be the ones that win. That's the the upper echelon, man, of any class, any society. That's how things work. You got the regular, you got the
haves and the have-nots.
It's one or the other, Lord, bro.
We can see, that's the thing, Jake. We realize, that's why the scripture said, all people are straight for the lack of knowledge. See, the poor is in the most vulnerable position from Jake down to the other nations. And we're seeing literally the results of being in this state and the agenda of the elites manifest, right? Because the scripture said, what the servant are subjected to the lenders, right? The borrowers. All right, so here it is. With this economic system that this devil is setting up, that the squeeze is tight and you're suffering more and more. You know?
Chapter 16, verse, let's start at verse 1. The Trump 2020 sauce on the, you got the Trump sauce.
Yeah, America's become a major freak show.
You got a punk, strung out Trump addict that lives on the streets and then 4 Negroes, 1 hose. One Negro is this.
Second to last, here's a nigga.
Bro, you're right, bro. This truly is Babylon great. You go to different societies, everybody This is a nasty, nasty, nasty place. And they all come here with all these conspiracy ideologies, different nations, all this mixing. It's just a big bucket of gunk. You know what I'm saying? That's America. And I truly see why the Lord is trying to heat this place up, man. This morally, this place is defiled, man. But this is truly Babylon the Great, man. And you wonder why we've been talking shit all these years, telling you this place gonna be fucking destroyed, man. Look, your life is ruined, man. Everything you know, everything you don't know what to believe. You know, you don't know what to. You just perplexed. You don't know what to do with yourself right now, man.
They just further get themselves into entertaining things that is put in the street instead of coming to realization that this place is completely fucked up.
Exactly, bro. They want to continue to live the lie and live the illusion.
But that's all they know.
You're right.
It's like a crack kid. You take a crack from them, they going right back to it. They do anything for the crack. And that's it. Like Morpheus said, these people will fight tooth and nail to keep the system going. Exhibit A. These motherfuckers, no matter what we tell them, in the face of all the evidence, they don't give a shit because they want that bullshit life to continue. And they'll do, again, a crack kid will smoke anything. Just chase that hit, chase they'll smoke fucking roach spray. So remember the rain, they crystallize the rain and smoke it if they can't get crack. Shit.
Spray that shit on the fence and then electrify it. Create crystals. Motherfuckers will smoke that shit.
When you kill cockroaches, the way they'll smoke. That's what the average American is addicted to. The American dream. The lie that's been sold to them.
Yep. And that's why we know it's all about the elect. Because in order for you to get up out of it, you gotta be healed, bro. You gotta click. And a lot of you people, it's gonna click when it's too late. When you gonna wake up out of that, oh shit, reality. And it's gonna happen when all hell breaks loose. That's why you're gonna be looking for us, man. Go ahead, I'll get to answer real quick, right?
Yep. Jeremiah 51:7 in the AMP. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
Yes, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, man. Keep reading.
Intoxicating all the earth.
Intoxicating all the earth. As soon as you're born, you begin to start learning it. And they already done infiltrated your mother. That's why the scriptures like mother unto wisdom. Spirit, man. Yeah, so your mother. Alright?
21:7 in the AMP, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, which also we know America to be Babylon. Going back to the word war, which is the city of confusion, which is why America is also known to be what? A melting pot. When you go into America is a melting pot. It's a metaphor describing the United States as a place where people from diverse nations, cultures, and ethnicities come together, blend, and assimilate to form a single, homogeneous, and unified American identity. And that's what the elder priest Kanaka was expounded on. All these different mixtures of cultures, belief systems, behaviors, idols, all in one system to create nothing but confusion, man, and abominable filth, you know? But it says, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, intoxicating all the earth, the nations drunk her wine, therefore the nations have gone mad.
You know, each of these great civilizations, you know, they had libraries, you know, they had their gods they worship, they had their records, right? Each civilization. That's why, you know, the scriptures will be translated from one language to another. Okay? Because everybody had records, everybody had philosophies, everybody had things they believe, each nation. So you have all that shit right here in one pot. Again, mixing all those different wines, mixing the philosophies, and then what you going to drink that, man? And you are trash.
It's like Four Loko.
You trash, bro. And that's a lot of you people. People brains, your spirits is trash. Really?
The Lord has no use for this. They're completely and utterly broken vessels. You can't put none into these. They run through. The Lord created them to be that way. So the Lord, you ain't gonna be able to come into this ministry and be of any use. What you're gonna do be a lot. And you know, in the sight of the Lord don't want that. The Lord can't even stand living that. He couldn't even stand living at YAHAWASHI when he took on all the sins of Israel.
Because he wasn't spiritually weaned up. See, what the Lord did was a very, very precious and delicate method line. He weaned us off the spirits. He literally showed a tender, loving care. He literally weaned us off that root, man. Y'all gotta stop drinking that shit. And he taught us to be nurturers, man. To the point we obey him like him. He got us involved. Go ahead.
Real quick, Micah 2:10. I'm reading the AMP. Arise and depart, because the captivity is inevitable. This land is not a place of rest, because of the development that brings destruction, a painful and terrible destruction.
Yeah, so the Lord will only allow that Terry for so long so he gets rid of it. Most high hates it. He hates it. This little stretch you got, man, right? Most high, you had enough of it. Right? He's not going to suffer it any longer. And 2/3 of our people, most high ain't going to suffer your rebellion any longer. You know, that's the most high had. That's what we have with it. That's why he's speeding up the times. He's making this thing go faster and faster. Because, man, the wrath that he's about to bring, all of it at a sudden, man.
Yeah, the Lord's getting tired of hearing the saints sign and cry. He hears us. It ain't gonna be too much longer. So you already know YAHAWASHI here in the temple. He knows YAHAWASHI is here. So he's getting angrier and angrier, which he's like, man, where am I gonna go? What am I gonna do to go help my brothers? This shit is too much for me.
world fail to realize that when you see a glimpse of the chariots, right? When you see the capabilities, the scriptures say, be not dismayed, right? Be not dismayed like the heathen are dismayed. When you see how the chariots move, and then you get a glimpse to understand that their technology is thousands of years advanced than mortals' ability. When the Lord comes with his fleet, the scriptures say he's coming with the power and strength, man. All right, like Dark Side said in Just League, right? He said, "Ready the Armada. We're gonna take it back to the old path." That's how the Lord finished that, man. That's why he said, "I should not meet thee as a man." Right? I got a quick one. This is Isaiah 63 in full. For the day of vengeance is mine. It says, I'll read it again. I'm excited. Let me read it from the top, right? It says, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? It says, this that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Announcing, like, giving you the vision, and you can just tell he was just in the spirit when he was writing that. He was describing the power that, like, man, they, bro, the visions they saw back then, bro, they saw, bro, they saw. You can feel that energy and how they put it. Like, he's, man, he really talking about, like, what he see, man. What he sees, YAHAWASHI returning on that ship with power. He just, it's poetry, man. The way he wrote it down. You know? That's why I was asking a question. It's like, bro, it's a song.
Yeah.
He really spitting on that. Man.
Yeah, that's heavy, bro. Because the spirits being illustrated, because it has to be so amazing. Like, it has to be so, like, far out. Like, who is this that's come from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? Like, you
Like a
tell
rap song going.
Yeah. That's right, bro.
He like really, and that's how Jake get into it. Them songs, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's heavy. Go ahead.
It says, traveling in the greatness of his strength, I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
Yes, that's the Lord speaking through him. He ain't talking about Jeremiah. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. That's the Heavenly Father. Again, Matthew 10 and 20. It's not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father who is speaking in you. That's the Most High speaking to you. That's why we've been trying to tell you got to reverence the prophets, man. That's the Lord speaking. And you don't hear the message. That's why I say, hear this word that comes to you, O Babylon, or hear this word that from the Lord that comes. That's how they started out writing that. Letting you know that this is Yahawah, the scripts, the scrolls being written. This messages of God, man. You know? Go ahead, brother.
I read in the AMP, it says, who is this who comes from Edom with crimson stained garments from Basra? In Edom, this one, the Messiah, who is majestic in his appearance, in his apparel.
Y'all who is majestic in his apparel.
Y'all not serious? This one's the most serious
Right?
one out of all of y'all.
You just like
Y'all
him.
playing. He's serious.
You like him, that's it.
No, I don't like
Go ahead.
him. He's the most, I give him energy. He's the most serious one out of all of y'all. Y'all all playing stuff with him.
Alright? Hey! She chooses, dog. That's it. She can't offend Joe.
It says,
She just don't know how to say it. You know, the brother, you know, the brother, you know, the Jacob. She don't know how to come and tell it, but she let him know.
it says the Messiah, who is majestic in his apparel, marching in greatness of his might. It is I, the one who speaks in righteousness, proclaiming vindication, mighty to save.
Mighty to save. That's YAHAWASHI, bro. Mighty to save.
That's his name.
Exactly. He saves, he delivers. Okay? So again, it's BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI speaking to you in the spirit. Because you see, YAHAWASHI was always there. Because you know, the Most High, ultimately, he's the one
Verse 2 in the KJV. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine vat?
Bro, he's rapping, bro. And thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine vat. Like he said, it's red, but then he gave what it looks like you was. That's a song, bro. That's poetry. That's poetry, literally. It's poetic. Yeah. He's getting down, man. Right. Man, come on, bro. This is Jake. No Edomite ain't right there. No Edomite ain't right there, man. Go ahead.
Verse 2 in the A&P. Why is your apparel red, and your garments like the one who treads in the winepress? Verse 3. Verse 3 in the KJV. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me.
He is going back and forth. Like he asked him, and then he replied. So I see what Elder was talking about in Sons of Solomon. You know, Solomon is being like three people, basically. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments.
And this YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI speaking. Because the Most High, right? But YAHAWASHI is the same thing the Most High speaks. But is YAHAWASHI the one that's going to actually execute this, man? You can see YAHAWASHI all throughout the scriptures, all throughout the Old Testament, throughout the prophets. He embodies the word, man. That's why one of his titles was the Word of God. He embodies the whole word. He's there. That's it. That's why I say me and the Father are one. You know? They are one mind, one spirit. Two separate entities. We talk about the Trinity. That's false doctrine. But they are one mind, one spirit. That truly is. That's why it say this is the Son of God. Because you would see no difference. You would see no difference between the Heavenly Father and YAHAWASHI. He didn't come to change. He didn't come to change nothing. He came in the same spirit. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It says, and I will stain all my remnant. Verse 4. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeeming is come.
Yes, sir. Hey, that's a time period. A year of the year is come. That's the Lord speaking in the spirit. And what you think happening now? The same thing. We read those prophets coming back reading those same things to you, man. That's the job of the prophets. All right? To prophesy.
Help them understand.
Verse 5. And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold.
It's Babylon, man. The Lord say, I can look and there was none to uphold. Again, that's poetry. All right? Go ahead.
Therefore my own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me. And I will tread down the people of my anger.
Yeah,
and
so we tell the Lord is he said he's going to tread down the people in his anger. So that's what we're here to boldly confess this. That's why this system is against Esau Edom. It's like he's being against Esau Edom's system, which is why we're going to be deemed what we man. But we come to tell you, man, that the Lord is coming back to destroy you and your kingdom, man. No different from when Pharaoh goes to the Pharaoh. Hey, this is what the Lord's telling you. It's that the third. The destruction
mainstream media. So that goes with what's mainstream media now? Social media. Social media, but still media, mainstream media. But guess who owns and operates it? The CIA. Because again, it's to control the people at the end of the day. And then, of course, it would be the agencies that are above the president, they control it.
Yeah. So all media is 100% under their control now.
Well, it should say that they've even shown you the proof of it. Every local station, they be saying the same shit. They'll show you all these different clips of different local news saying the same exact shit because it's the script they get. The teleprompter is the script, right?
Yeah. And now AI is governing that. And it's on point. It's giving them, like the teleprompter, you will see it pop up. AI is doing that now.
There's no nigga typing this shit up.
AI is doing it. It's bro. It's AI's weapon, bro.
Every word is learned.
Yeah. It uncollected it. It's all the data from your phone collected. It's taking that. It's taking everything, people's emotions and everything, and it's writing a perfect script for you, man. It's writing a perfect script for you, dog. That's just crazy. You people are in it, bro. Y'all can be like, cause right now again, like we always say, ChatGPT. Hey, let me ask Chat. Let me ask Chat. Everybody wanna ask Chat. Now, no, you ain't gonna wanna Google nothing. And slowly they'll just get rid of that. You're like, damn, you can't really research none of these old
Articles. What AI says. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's already, you put anything Google, the first thing that pops up is the AI overview.
Yeah.
And it can tell you whatever the fuck it wants. And who the fuck's gonna keep looking though?
Exactly.
Let me scroll down and read it for myself.
They like, hold on, they ran flagging you. You ain't. Hey, it's collecting that data. He ain't just click this. He scrolled down. Yeah, he flagged that dude. He one of the ones that
He didn't believe the first answer. He's a problem.
hey, y'all think you make this shit up, bro, but that's how that shit working, bro. That's that. Again, it's just collecting data. That's why, if in the hood you see it, they have Obama phones, and what is basically funding set up for like poor people to receive the phones. They in the hood talking about Obama phone. They use cracked up. Well, you got an Obama phone, like because it's a government phone. But the thing is, they wanted the average person to have that technology to track. Just like you said, he introduced you to the technology because they want to introduce you. This is the future. Free, yeah, free. And again, anything for free is coming from Esau. Is always bad. Oh, he gave you a cell phone. He loves you. He cares about you. No, that cell phone is what connected you to the system initially, bro. This was keeping you connected to the system.
And even what they call the smart meters. That was free. Everybody got a free upgrade for your smart meter, or for the electric, to measure your electricity. So why was that free? Well, it was an update. It was really to implement new software into the new device where they can monitor everything, and it's only readable in AI. How about that? So now they're monitoring every single thing that you do, electronically wise, like your house is being recorded on the smart meter. And guess what? The only way to decode it is through AI. AI is the only one that can read it. So it's not somebody that can get on the computer and chip it. It's AI.
That's what, and that's another line of jobs gone. That's why the economy is losing jobs left and right because AI is slowly just learning how to do everybody's fucking job.
Then they got warehouse jobs gone. That's not be gone real soon.
Okay, real quick, I want to make this point. That's why that one video, if brother seen it, because we all take the same information, we do videos on it, but where it was like the cell phone would be inside of you in 2030. The average user of cell phone would be using a cell phone more. Like the way cell phones is, he said it'll be you, it'll be the cell phone. It all makes sense because remember I just said this is what keeps you connected to the system. Which is why they wanted everybody. They funded these cell phones for people in the hood to get this simple technology. 62-year-olds texting. My grandma talking about sending a text message, some type
tax was a motherfucker. You had 667. You know, now that old people couldn't work them phones. Now it's easy. Big old button, press it. That's it. Even the words, right? You can, like text messages, like you can, like, so like the chat's bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like the words are bigger.
They made it easier for everybody to use it. You know, itself, a smartphone, shit. You get introduced to that, it's
Like a drug.
immediately, bro.
And now kids are just bring it to elementary school. Motherfucker already got a phone. You know how to use a tablet. This whole society is on that Black Mirror. They even got a show called Black Mirror.
Yeah. Also, they have something called Social Dilemma. When you watch Social Dilemma, it pretty much is like a documentary of those who invented these different social media platforms and this technology, which they know that what they created was a tool to pretty much get people hooked into the matrix. They spell on it when you watch it. They speak about the fact that their main focus was to get your attention, your energy.
That is surveillance. Because then people started willingly giving out information for free. You know, you didn't even have to pressure people. Now people will tell you where they at for lunch. And where I'm at, the selfie with the scrambled eggs. You know, so now people freely volunteer information they would never give before social media era. Remember when we was growing up, you told somebody you met such and such online, and like, hey, you don't know who you can meet online now. You call a stranger to pick you up. It's called Uber. Your parents told you not to get in strange cars. Don't take, don't take things from strangers. Now you take shit. You take Uber Eats from a stranger. You get into a car with a stranger. You'll most relationship you meet someone online. But when we was growing up, that was shunned. You don't want to meet the nigga from the AOL chat room.
You know, you got that Omegle shit.
Oh yeah.
It's just random fucking video chats with other people, and you can choose whether to skip it or not. But there's a bunch of young people doing that shit, and a lot of weirdos on that shit. But now it's encouraged to just be online and chat with people.
It's predatory.
Right.
That's where all of the predators at. That's all these kids end up missing. People end up missing and shit.
And because through that Omegle, people can get your IP address, and then now they know where you live.
Hey, this helping knows everything, bro.
You got that dude, you got that guy on YouTube. I'm seeing his videos pop up every now and then. That'll pop up and show he can identify where that location is by just seeing something in the background. And he'll find that. You'll see like one arch on a building, and he'll say, "Oh, this resembles this place," and he'll get the street. He'll get the exact pinpoint of where this video was taken at,
or a picture you have. And that's what I'm saying, bro. The internet is dangerous place.
Hey, that's why they want to keep the kids off there. You want to give your kid a cell phone, that's the worst thing you can do, bro.
You never know what these kids are watching now. You know, they got YouTube Kids, but remember the Momo shit was on YouTube for kids. Momo, remember the little demon Momo?
I just seen a clip the other day. Jake, whose kid tried to kill himself because a video on YouTube Kids was circulating telling kids to do the hang challenge, the hangman challenge, and they were telling kids to hang themselves, man. The dude was able to find his kid in time, and they were able to take him to the hospital and bring him back to life, but they had to put him in a coma because of that.
That's why you don't need children don't need the fucking internet, bro.
I'm glad you understand it, because that's spiritual, because the kids, all of them, they'll play the game so much until they won't even get up and pee and start pissing on themselves. So that started rewinding they so in tune with it, so they started rewinding the potty training. And I noticed that through all my kids, they'd sit there, and then my oldest son, he kind of got over it. You had to chasten him, take the game like, yo, you can't be pissing on you, take the game away from you. Then bam, he developed to the point now. So that's crazy, because the last one I took it from him. The next day I come home, he's tired. His energy all down. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you? You feel like you're not feeling good. Because they took that. He had a game for 24 hours. They took the game away from him, and that made all the fucking sense. You said that, bro.
Yeah, children's brain development. Because all the computers does shit for people, and it fucks up the way that the brain is supposed to naturally learn.
The neurons ain't connected. It ain't shooting. The sparks are supposed to be, because everything's being done for it. There's no critical thinking. Problem solution. Get children, bro. These people, hell, Gen Z, they can't solve problems, bro. If a fucking the door handle broke, they wouldn't know how to get out the goddamn room. They couldn't problem solve that they way out in a scenario or a situation. So imagine when it's life and death, these people are through. They have no choice but to go to the government for help, but they can't figure it out.
Technology has crippled society.
That's what it's gonna be.
It's stupid.
If not, we'll all be dead.
That's why the scripture said that.
Yep. It goes.
Remember the movie Idiocracy?
Yeah, I'll watch that.
The technology has made them so stupid that they don't have critical thinking calculators. Motherfuckers don't know basic math anymore. Can't read. Motherfucker. These people are through, man.
The system, bro. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 21. It reads, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as not since the beginning of the world." Yeah, because why? In this time now, right? Esau would slowly, gradually introduce you into shit one by one. You would get everybody. Bam, bam, you on, you on. And that's a process. That's why it's called generation. You indoctrinate them, and that shit carries generations. Yeah, and then it'll pass on. And Esau now, he don't really got the time to sit and allow a generation of people to gradually accept something. You know what I'm saying? He had trials, he had decades to he didn't have time. Now, what AI has done is given him the ability to educate people way faster to get people on the system quicker. That's what AI has done. You don't need a generation to help one person not knowing what a cell phone was, not knowing what a cell phone. That's how it is. But he know how to operate it, even though he's 60, 70 some years old. That's what technology does. It advances so-called knowledge or something. But that's not how it's supposed to go. You take away the experience, you actually learn it. You know what I'm saying? So what you got is solid.
And you saw sped it up through mandatory updates. As things update, you have to learn. Well, now I have to learn how to use it. It updates on its own.
Different format. So the technology is seeing it to teach you. You don't need generations to fucking teach you no more. Esau literally had to do the old way by the books. That took years by the books. What book was that? You see that with the elders? Right? They had to go to the books to learn all the things that we got book letters from. It's right there. Right on the screen. You see the elders, they had updated and started learning that. since the beginning of the world to this time, no nor ever shall be. And except those days to be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Exactly, because eventually they're going to come at us. Because again, the only ones who's going to provide testimony are the men themselves. Once he burn all the books, once he delete a blackout and cut everybody's phone off, he don't have to allow you access to the Blue Letter Bible app. He don't have to allow you access to the KJV app. It'll be all gone.
So it's going to come to a point to where this word has got to be in you. Understand? It ain't going to happen. So what you invest in, that's what you're going to have.
Here in the section it says the value of time. It says for Seneca, time was the most valuable resource because it couldn't be renewed.
Just going by.
Yeah, you don't got much time, my nigga. you still call that delusion thing, you be another 10 years, man. He saw this as for you.
Well, and he's enslaving you through the time. The little time you do have. Now you're a time hoe. If he's made you a time, he's pimping you on your time. Because what's so he saw your time is worth pennies. You know, he gave you $3, let's say $20 an hour. Ooh, that's what you're worth, $20 an hour. That ain't shit. Your time is worth $20.
See how low we are on the total
Yeah.
bro. So the jobs that we do, it ain't worth much money. You know?
But I make $50 an hour. That the world has been conditioned that you as important as how expensive your time is, really. They say time is money, and your time is worth nothing.
Hey, that's all I see dudes at the job. And they be having like expensive cars and shit. It's like, bro, for you to have that car, you should be working here.
Right.
For it to make sense.
You're living above your means.
Yeah, exactly. Like, bro, to have that vehicle, you should be working here. It goes to show you, like, bro, it took you from 9 to 5 to make that money, bro. That's too much of your time. If you really had money, you wouldn't be working here. You would have plenty of time. Like, you would realize, like, yo, me being here for 10, 12 hours for
Pre-tax.
$200.
Pre-tax. That's pre-tax.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how much? That's too much time you wasting just to get that little amount of money, bro.
Well, that's the poor people. They have to spend their time to make money. The rich people spend their money to make time. You know what I'm saying? They put their money to work. Here it is. The poor people, they work for the money. The rich people, they make their money work for them.
Exactly.
You know,
So,
it's a big difference.
Trying to escape that up, but they got the system set it up to where you
can escape.
Yeah.
You never will become rich working a 9 to 5. That's a lie.
It just takes too much time, and then by the time you realize it, you're 65.
Yeah. And still broke.
You wonder, like, damn.
At Walmart greets motherfuckers.
Account to see how much you got.
Great.
Thinking you would get rich, and then one day you woke up and your face wrinkled.
Yeah.
You 60
out getting $600 a month from them. Like, what you gonna do with that?
Man, they got you good. Man, that's the American dream.
Yeah, welcome to hell.
You know? You realize now I'm old now.
Go to school, get a good job. That don't exist in America. That may be in the 1938 that existed, where you could go to school, get a good job, your woman at the home, at the house, taking care of the kids, taking back family vacations. Yeah, but that never existed. Well, you know, to a certain degree, there's segregation, but that doesn't exist. If you're working a 9 to 5, you broke. You living on paycheck to paycheck at this point.
Yeah. Because you, again, the point is you wasting too much time. It's cheap, bro. For the amount of money, bro, your time is that's too much of your time to make that little bit amount of money. But hey, you're so far down that, bro, it ain't no way you can get up out of that, bro.
Very exact. And that's why Jake turned to those things, because there is no escape out of them. Bro, everybody telling you to get a good job, a career, that's bullshit. Even that you should be going to school to learn business economics from a nigga that's broke. How's this nigga teaching you about business and he broke?
Yeah, bro.
You know, that's a joke, bro. Yeah. That's why these niggas with Lambos and Ferraris, you know, they'll be laughing at you people working 9 to 5 jobs, and you know, you going to school, and then this nigga had a 2.0 grade average, GPA 2.0. This nigga in the Lambo, you at working 9 to 5.
Because he found a very good way that's going to consume time. It has something to do with time. Because the entertainer or whatever, you can influence some people to spend time. They can
One of the loopholes Esau uses. You know, these are rich niggas. Donald Trump ain't never worked a 9 to 5. He was a freak. George Bush was an idiot, and he became president of the United States worth millions, if not billions of dollars. These motherfuckers, they tell you to go get a good job, get a good job, be a good old boy, go to college, get a debt to learn some shit. You're not gonna need anywhere on the planet. And I'm glad I learned trigonometry. I'm glad I learned the equation of the polygon and the right angles. Where the fuck are you gonna use that?
It's not literally wasting your time. And he put you in debt, bro. He got you good. Go ahead, huh?
Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart. This is not your rest.
This ain't your rest, bro. So you see it. It's a trap. It's a system, bro, that society cannot get out of, bro. Exactly. And if you do get some knowledge and start winning, right? That's when you gonna get approached. You gotta come up under the right way. It's the gatekeeper that you're like, oh, okay, who are you? You know?
Ultimately, all these happenings wasn't meant for Israel. It was meant for Edomites. It's just now Jake has gotten the so-called liberties and knowledge to come across these things. But they get approached, and that's why they're the one. Jake gets, treated the worst when it comes to that by these gatekeepers. They get put through the ringer. You gotta do this and this and this and this and that just to even get past, or for the door to even open up to you.
They'll throw the whole book at you, throw you in prison for you know, when Esau get off with a slap on the wrist for the same shit.
Goes Doeg to Edomite.
So that's why, you got you Israelites caught up in the East scandals. Because you went through all the same bullshit that they did, but you like the brother said, you still a Jake, so they still gonna treat you like shit. Yeah, you up here with us, but you the lowest of us, still. Even though you somewhat illuminated, you still the lowest of us. You a nigga that's illuminated. Yeah, you a lowest. So all these Jakes, we Illuminati, y'all low level Illuminati, bro. Low level shit. So this ain't your rest. So even if you do find a loophole, you doing the right thing, Esau is gonna come to you to get you to sell out, man. That's why we talk about you sellouts, you know, and stuff. Go ahead, brother.
That loophole wasn't for you, so we find out they're using it. They're gonna try to get you. That's illegal now because you did it. But the goddamn president is using that same loophole.
Yep.
That's That's why he threw them all under the bus. He said, they trying to get me for the... He said, all y'all using these loopholes.
Hey, I'm using the same loopholes you endorsers do.
Yep.
So right now, y'all backbiting each other. The truth is coming out. The truth is coming out. All on everything, all the scandals y'all been trying to hold. But hold on, nigga, you said this too. And everybody at odds with each other. Now everybody's like,
They were all equal.
Now the Epstein list airing everybody out.
yeah, bro. And that's the devil behind the scenes.
Even the Dalai Lama was on that goddamn list. Goddamn.
Hey, all you elites, hey, society for what it is, the veil is being pulled back from it. That's why all hell finna break loose real soon, man. People don't realize that it's all a fucking lie. That is all bullshit. Everybody finna come to that thing and then mind him. This is all bullshit. F this shit. And people gonna stop.
So, Habakkuk chapter 2. They did Diddy worse than Epstein. And they know all the details about Diddy and his personal life. But what about the Epstein files, huh? What do you think about the Epstein files? People should be burning buildings down right now with all the nastiness that's coming out. You want to protest in the streets for a woman that got shot in the face. You should be storming the streets with all this freakiness coming out on your leaders, world leaders, your tech giants. They're all a bunch of creeps.
And pedophiles, murderers, killers. Like, are you kidding me? Y'all,
little babies. What the fuck?
y'all not mad about that, bro?
Yeah, every downtown should be on fire right now.
That your officials, your professionals, your governors, the people who are in control of everything, your educational system, your food supply, everything, that they are these nasty motherfuckers.
Nasty.
Unprofessional. You're talking about unprofessional. That's the highest level of unprofessionalism.
Right. Y'all people was in uproar about Diddy and R. Kelly. Where's the uproar from these nasty freaks that you got in Congress, in the White House, in the Senate? You love Tesla. Well, guess what? Your nigga from Tesla is a freak. He was on the Epstein Island. He was walking for apples at the mansion. Nasty motherfuckers, man. But yeah, Diddy and R. Kelly are the worst thing on the planet.
Yep, that's why we tell you niggas to sold out. Boy, you trusting the devil. He gonna bring your shit out worse than anything.
Cause I thought Diddy been in jail. Why did they bring him back up? The Clintons rushing to testify now. What they call him? I forgot what they call him. Billy and Donnie T. Sick, man. But again, that's why you put your neighbor to the drink, and they're the problem. The Israelites are the problem. Not the freaky niggas, Bill Gates and Donnie T that eat babies, right? They're flying private islands to get all the baby loot. What about all the babies they got?
Literally, baby.
Eating them.
And
Mr. B cuts just like a baby. And Mr. B said that he cut into a steak. He said, cuts just like a baby. How do you know that?
He being real with you, but you think he's joking.
They're talking about we're gonna eat a $70,000 pizza later today. What kind of pizza costs $70,000?
They coming out with it and laughing like you can just do anything in their face now. They don't give a damn. They're just that delusional.
But that's the keep reading.
They got this movie called Blink Twice. I don't know if brothers have seen it before, but it's Channing Tatum, but they show you everything they basically.
Oh, it's the football movie, right?
No, it's basically
all right, get over it. We're moving on to the next shit. It's time for America to move on. That's what he said. What about the Epstein victims? He said, oh, you're just a terrible reporter. So you fake news. Yeah, you're such a young woman. I've never seen you smile. It's time to get over it. That's what your President Donald Trump said about the Epstein files. Get over it. We're moving on. Yeah. Meanwhile, all these creepy emails are coming out. Get over it. And no one's mad that your politicians are a bunch of pedophiles and eat babies and drink blood. And then, brother, you read some of these files, you're like, what the fuck? The 16-year-old girl, which, hey, 16, whatever. But, the shit that you read is like, what the fuck they were doing to this bitch? Well, I read one of the emails was about the bitch getting an abortion and how Maxine, Glissane, whatever her name, was in the room and saying, like, what the hell? What the hell is going on? And nobody cares. And then she's giving them details how the abortion worked, how they ripped the baby out of her. Like, what the fuck?
She was there to collect the fetus.
Yeah, exactly.
Go put it in the processor to feed it to somebody.
Meanwhile, her face is on the bulletin board on Walmart. Missing children. If it's been on Epstein Island 38 years. Now she coming in, which, it's all set up anyway. Now they coming out the woodwork, the victims.
It's all a big show, bro.
Yeah, it's a big show, which this nigga, that nigga's still alive. Epstein, that nigga's alive. He probably chilling with Maduro on the island.
Oh, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, they all on the island. All these celebrities, athletes that blow up and become somebody, you best believe they was at Epstein Island. Even Pusha T made the list. And you see that the AI they made for Epstein Island, and they show everything that he was connected to, bro. He was connected, which Israel, Mossad, and CIA, they're all connected to the mainstream media, Nickelodeon, Disney. That's why these Disney characters end up bugged the fuck out. Miley Cyrus, a lot of these actresses and actors now, or even musicians, they were either Nickelodeon or Disney. They're all bugged out now. Wonder why. They were getting fiddled on the island. The island boys. Island boys, yeah. What island they talking about? Sesame Street.
Hey, and like we say, what people come to the online, that they speak the truth.
Yeah.
They speak what's on their heart. So that Island Boy song, all these signs, people, that's when you
They've
come
been
up.
telling you.
Yeah, they tell you all their movies, like the brother saying, movies and going to talk. Look, bro, now it's open now. This is the truth.
Yeah,
The truth is what it is.
People have become so desensitized to this freakiness and this perverseness that is whatever. Oh, Epstein files said what? They did what to children? Whatever. Let's go have a drink at the bar. Let's go out for the 14th, what's called Valentine's Day. Let's go out here. Meanwhile, they just keep releasing millions of documents of how decrepit this society is, and nobody gives a shit. They're more concerned about the immigrants, not about the sicko Congress person that you voted for and how he's on the Epstein list. Nobody cares about that. And that's what we're gonna keep asking you people. Did you see the Epstein files? Because you probably voted for somebody on there. But going back to Habakkuk 2, I finished 15 off, it says that, I'll read it again. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
And it's the education. So right now, everybody is, you can see everyone's nakedness, man. The way he saw people educate, all his whole society, you see what it does to people, And that's what he is given to you, man. He saw so-called white man. He's giving you this lifestyle, this
Culture.
all this. He's giving you all of this, man.
They're just acting out what they've been shown over the years, under the captivity of the devil.
He's unfit.
There's the point, though. Habakkuk 2:16. Thou art filled with shame for glory.
And the shame is showing now. This America is no longer glory. It's filled with shame for glory. Like,
and there have been presidents and these diplomats and people that, oh, he's such a, even the Pope, motherfuckers on the Epstein list. That's shameful. They're coming out that they're supposed to be all these on this high morality high horse, and they've been listed among criminals, degenerates.
Hey, you remember that one time me and you were speaking where they like they might open up that black web to everybody, like that shit gonna come out.
Send it to everybody's email.
I remember you said send it to an email, and then you're gonna actually see all these acts that we've been talking about. They do is gonna be videos of it just littered, and nobody
blacked out like the files are.
Exactly. Somebody gonna get it. Hey, we just seriously speculating. What you saying, but
that'll cause an uproar.
Yeah, that'll cause an uproar. Like, yo, I found a link where you can actually see the videos. It ain't burning out and all, and people ain't gonna know what to believe, and they gonna be like, oh, it's AI crash the system, whatever. AI generated video.
Because if you see what these motherfuckers recorded, bro, people would be in just complete disgust.
But they got a cover of it if they ever do. They say
it's AI. It's all AI.
All AI.
ChatGPT that made it.
Yeah.
When they came out, when they said a couple of those videos that they found on Hillary Clinton's laptop and in her emails, dude ended up rushing out of the room to watch a video of what they did to that chick. He said he rushed out of that room, he was puking his brains out. He said everyone in there that saw those videos ended up killing themselves. There was like a group of 5 people that killed themselves over watching this video of what they did to this one chick. I think they peeled off her skin, the skin of her face, and then they said that Hillary wore it on her face.
They show you that movie. And we've been saying it, we've been calling it out for decades. We've been telling you what it was on the files before the files was a thing. We've been telling these people were freaks and they fucking degenerates and they do all kinds of sadistic acts, behind closed doors, and that was all coming out. But we told you they document this shit.
Yeah. It never leaves the internet.
Yep.
Never leaves the internet. Whatever you put on there, it never leaves. So all those files, every video, everything recorded that's ever been put on the internet, you can't get rid of it. You can't get rid of it, bro.
Yep. Now
I'm talking about delete.
That's on the cloud. You get deleted, but just like you can go back to old websites. There's a website that you can use that goes back to old websites. Like you can see what YouTube looked like in 2008. So you think they can't recall all that shit? You know how the internet works. Again, the internet you access is about 3% of the internet you can access. It's about 3%.
Yep, that's why, again, that dark web shit.
But again, what were they using on the dark web? They were using Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin's being tied to the Epstein. The dark web, the Bitcoin was made for the dark web shit.
Oh, so this is how y'all was able to make them transactions.
Remember, you can't trace it. Exactly, you couldn't trace Bitcoin. So you got anonymous. And now he was coming out. Now it's Bitcoin. Look at it. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee.
Yeah, and it's starting out with the truth. That's what we're bringing out. Alright? The truth is being brought out, bro. So that's how the judgment starts. The Lord judges you. He exposes you. Because the prophets came out and spoke it like your brother said. Now the Lord is going to let y'all see. Damn, them dudes. And that's what, again, we're going to be highly sought after. Dudes, I'm telling you.
This shit they do behind closed doors is shit. And now it's being brought out and put to public. And there's still ain't an uproar. Because they got black. And they got images and shit on there of all the shit and just blacked it out. But again, there's somewhere on the internet where they ain't blacked out.
Yeah, and somebody just made happen to that.
They leak it. But they'll say, oh, it was a leak.
Yeah.
Nah, nigga, they purposely leaked it.
Yeah, because they knew what it would cause.
Yep.
They knew what it would cause, and then again, blame it on AI. That's it. Those are all AI generated videos. What you saw. Hey, that's why they showing Men in Black, Will Smith come with the little thing.
Yeah, the nebulizer.
Yeah, with the nebulizer. That's the cell phones of the media.
Yeah.
Nebulizer, flash, and then what? He re-educate everybody.
Tell you that you're supposed to be
And then that's it, bro.
On to the next one now. Gotta throw another crisis out there that you forget about the pedophiles you look for. It says, finishing off, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
That was shameful spewing. That's right now. I'm talking shit. Some of you are waking up to this shit. Right? A lot of you sleep, but a lot of you are waking up to it. So that's just the balance of it. You know? You're starting to see society for what it really is. And that's the Lord taking the spirit, drawing the spirit out of this place. He's taking away that devil's power.
Here it is that y'all rule the earth. Most of the country on the planet is being shown that your glory is being turned into shame.
Person that you made look so bad, and the problem with everything is so-called Black, Hispanic, American, and so-called the Israelite men. I'm gonna just say the Israelite men. That's what made look so bad, bro. Like they was the problem on the whole earth. That's why those men are going to be the most respected and highly sought after, because what society is starting to realize that hey, these Black, Hispanic, and Americans, they ain't so bad. Hey, are they gonna come apologize? Oh, I'm sorry, we made it guys. I'm sorry we keep disrespecting you. Bowing down, man. That's the best perspective.
Even in I forgot what it was, they took a bunch of American hostages, and then they want to go to release the hostages. But then the ones they released was the women and the black men, and they told the black guy and they said, "Our war's not with you." Our war's not with you. They kept all the white men. 'Cause the world knows, man, that niggas will spits go around anywhere to these foreign countries. They don't get this on like the Edomite do, because they know that the Edomites are a problem. They like devil, Satan. They're not talking about the Negro Latino. They like damn, look what they doing to them over there in their own country. They're talking about coming over here to help the protesters in Iran. Look what they're doing to the niggas and sticks in America.
That's why some of them bring up the history of America. Let's not forget the history of America and it going through the genocide of Native Americans. And every now and then you get a leader of one of those countries that would have mentioned that throughout the years. Go in their face. You can see that. But again, now the small houses have taken over all basically media. All the news nations, they got control over all. Yeah, so they it's certain things you can't say on there no more. They control it all.
Now, since if you bring that up, you're anti-Semitic for bringing up what happened to the Native Americans. You're anti-Semitic now. Because what? Because you gotta go into once you start talking about slavery, you gotta talk about who funded it. Now you're anti-Semitic.
Now you see he's all behind everything. He funded all this wicked shit. He's behind it. It was him.
But they're victims. Now they're the victim again. They're playing the victim. Just like they were now with the ethnic groups, they're the victims. The small hats are the victims because all of this information is coming out. They're the victims. You're anti-Semitic because you're trying to tie us to Epstein. And they're going to show you who the fraud is.
He's behind it all.
Nahum chapter 3, verse 5. Behold, I am against thee, said the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face.
Yep. That's against him. Don't discover your skirts upon your face. The whole time you made the world that believe that you was God. That you're the image of God. Okay? Go ahead.
And I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock.
Yep. God accept me as a gazing stock. And that's America right now. On the front lines, man.
Everyone looking.
Everybody looking at this place, bro.
That's why Trump is going so hard with distracting, going into other countries. There's all these the shameful spirits coming out, so he gotta distract the war, do something. Yeah, he gotta keep the American people focused on the war. Yeah, We dropping bombs. Fuck the Epstein files. It's time to move on.
Hey, and Trump is, hey, he's the man in the seat.
In Florida. He's like the mad guy that he's already checked out. He already knows he's gonna commit suicide. Got his car full of passengers. Angels on the highway in Florida. Everybody loves shit. But they can't get out the car. And they get at the wheel and Trump is headed straight for the wall.
He called the shots, man. The small house let him know, man, you do what I tell you to do, man.
Which he's on the list too.
He's on the list. Hold on, Prime Minister. Go ahead,
Verse 7. And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her? Whence shall I seek comforters for thee? You got a lot of nations right now that are like looking at America kind of sideways and saying like, yo, we don't know the part of this. Like we get as far away from it as possible. So a lot of nations are to cut ties with America with all this shameful spewing that's coming out. And it's gonna get to a point where you're gonna have them shoot at this place. It's like, well, yo, this place, this is the shit that they've allowed on earth. This is America. America's the only real big nation that's tied with the Epstein files. You don't hear shit about China or Russia being associated with that.
Russia was speaking against it. What he says is like shit like their vampire eating society is over with. Something he said. I saw a post on Twitter.
The president of Colombia. He said America had a fight ring that they was going to let the group of pedophiles that leave that country. Every nation's calling it out. But again, they're not showing that to the public, American public. All these nation leaders is calling your leadership out. The only people, well, you got some dudes, some guys from the UK that was called out, and obviously Israel, but majority is still from America.
Yeah, so they got America like when they went with the Iran, they tried to get the people electricity, Starlink, to get them internet. They're trying to give them media, trying to allow people to see shit, whatever the case may be. But Iran knew how to block that shit and get it up out of there. So reason why you're not seeing what's really going on like that, because America got all that those stations blocked, bro.
Yeah, Western media.
Yeah, Western media, you can't get a hold to it. But on the outside, it's probably popping off, man. You know, these people probably saying all types of shit. Who knows, bro?
Yep. So real quick, this is 1 Corinthians 4 and 5. Therefore, judge nothing before the time until the Lord YAHAWASHI come, who both will bring to light the hidden things of darkness and will make manifest the counsels of the hearts.
Yep, and make manifest the counsel of the hearts. Go ahead.
And they shall it's like it says, and then shall every man have praise of the Most High.
Exactly. Being exposed, man. The man who set himself up as the image of God, and that all embodies America. Just Esau, Edom, and Jacob, bro. Alright? Whether he's an American Edomite, a rich Edomite, a Russian, it don't matter. You're getting exposed, man.
That's right.
And all systematically.
That's why you gotta throw some niggas into the Epstein list. Oh, Jay-Z's on it. See, it's a bunch of devils and crackers on that list. Yeah, of course, the rappers and athletes. But who got them into that? Talk to you about the baby oil. Where you learn that from?
They were able to get on there and do these things.
Right.
Again, who owns that shit?
That's right.
They just users of it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They're the victims.
Right.
They using the system that was who allowed the system to be set up in the first place.
Yeah,
Not Jay-Z.
but who did these celebrities sell they soul to? You know?
It all points back to one group of people. Hey, you talking about Jay-Z and R. Kelly and whatever Jake on there. Yeah, them niggas that smart, they admitted that shit.
Right.
That's their platform.
What about this Finkelstein?
Come on, bro.
And the record company, the label company.
You know how much money it would cost to set something like this up? Ain't no nigga ain't got that kind of money, man. But got that kind of power and authority.
That's right. And if he does, if it goes because Jay-Z and his brother, they got billions. But look at them, they're Satanists. You know, they were on Epstein Island, getting freaked off and freaking off.
Jay-Z, how he looks now, man? He looks like
A demon. How the hell you got these big ass?
Sideshow Bob.
Yeah, BAHASHAM try to imitate that gay man. You know? That's why he's known to be gazy, so he's being exposed.
He really is.
Well, Rockefeller, you know, we talk about Rock Nation. And,
Right.
Yeah, wonder why. And he was been sold out. It was the 90s.
Hey, that's why that one dude went on the Charlemagne show. He was talking to Charlemagne.
yeah.
And told him why he never talked nothing about bad about Jay-Z.
He put his ass on the spot, man.
Yeah.
And he didn't freak off too. Charlie, that nigga.
Hey, it's coming up, but why you never say shit? He said, I think you're gay. he said, what, you got something against GA people? He's like, nah. Because why? If he would have said it, he tried to get him. What you gonna say about it?
And his handler come get him.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, next thing you know, 8 bitches come out of the woodwork. So she got raped by him.
Yeah.
18 years ago, he touched me funny.
Dude, he go against the script, man.
Yeah.
You know? Definitely go.
This is Second Thessalonians, chapter 2, and verse 8.
started on verse 3.
God. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
That's what's happening, man. Esau Edom is now being revealed. We're in that time. And it's talking about the return of YAHAWASHI. Okay? The falling away did happen. Israelites forgot who they were. Inherited the scripture. Other nations have come into that land and claimed the inheritance of Israel. Now, the very same people who did that are being revealed, man. The sons of perdition. Which, one of the brothers just had mentioned it again a couple days ago in one of the videos. I think it was YAHAWASHI, that the day that the state of Israel was declared, that same day they was at war. To show you that those aren't the Lord's people. Because the scriptures talk about that when the Lord shall set them back in their land, that there should be peace. But what happened the same day they were established? They went to war. I believe it was Egypt.
Yeah, Egypt. Yeah, Egypt. There have been multiple wars. To this day, shit, it's still.
To this day. Y'all weren't supposed to go into that land, bro. Even though it was prophesied, before you do, but y'all were never supposed to set foot in that land. So you're trying to hold a position that ain't yours, and it's gonna bring you to your destruction.
Now that's why, now the Lord, what he has going on the earth is the small hats over there in the Middle East, and their works that they've been doing over here in America is being revealed. A lot of this shit that's happening over here in America is because of the small hats. Epstein, a lot of them dudes are small hats, man. Zuckerberg,
So then you see, you little devils, y'all the problem of everything. Every nation, that's what every nation gonna realize, like, y'all, they the problem. Y'all behind all of it. When we sit back and think about it, you connected every problem we have in life, it's you. That's why.
and it's been so since since the Israelites left out of Egypt. When we were coming over to this land that the Lord gave unto us, who were the first ones there trying to block the way? These fucking Amalekites, man. They were the first ones there that tried to make war with us, man. And now, look at them there again. Over there in the same place, this time they have control of the whole earth, and they still trying to stay, in the way.
It's one thing the Lord has destroyed us. The Lord has revealed
What is coming up now was already revealed unto the prophets. That's why the prophets was actually reporting it. The Lord said, what? Get the warning from me. So we already been telling you what you're seeing now. It's just that now you're getting a taste of the reality of that vision. That's what you're getting. And the vision is going to continuously escalate. It's going to continuously manifest, man. The more things that we've been talking about is going to speak more and more. So how much more of his judgment? And that's what we're coming into the time of. We're coming into the time where the Lord is about to viciously judge this place in totality. And he's starting to show his judgment to bring it down the wicked man. That's why he said, what? To sit in the slow virgin daughter of Babylon, but there's no throne. There was a set measure being fulfilled, and now that measure is being fulfilled. Now the Lord is, he's removing back those angels that have been holding back the judgment and unleashing upon this place, man. That's the time we're coming.
Hey, and really, man, this is a spiritual, like, thought, like, bro. Once brothers start, if we get to that point where brothers healing on camera, that's probably when Esau pull the plug on this internet shit, let that shit, let all the videos out.
Say hi.
Yeah, say AI, open up all the open up that dark web, because it's gonna have to counter the miracles that the brothers gonna do online. It's gonna have to counter. You know, like how they able to do it? They gonna believe and see what we do more than anything. It's gonna overshine it, so to say, the miracles that the Lord gonna release on the prophets. That's what everybody gonna want to see. That's what everybody gonna cover. They want to see that, what the shit that they was doing. And then Esau, he gonna come, he gonna come with that persecution, bro. Because that's the fame that went out, that it could be stopped. Once people saw the miracles, it couldn't but speak on the things that they saw YAHAWASHI in the apostles. They couldn't help but speak about it.
Miracles now that's being seen on the earth is how the hell did these regular men come out with this information before it was made public? How the hell did they find out? And the apostles always, tell us about that account of that dude that came up and asked them how the hell they find out. Here it is. Regular old men, regular slaves found out about all your wicked deeds and have been exposing it for years now.
Yeah, because you know what you got to think about is these devils, they seek deep to hide the counsel, right? That's why the scriptures say woe unto them. Because they done had MK Ultra, they done had COINTELPRO, right? They done infiltrated different of our communities through the media, through the music, through the entertainment industry, movies, to indoctrinate people to be completely lost. So that's how you know, like the elder priest Ryan just mentioned, it's already a miracle how we woke up. How did y'all get this confidential and declassified information, right? Because it was classified, now it's declassified. How did y'all get it? Well, the scripture tell you that what? The Lord said what? I will establish them right in front of you, man.
Brother just read it. The man of sin be revealed. And, keep reading.
I got you.
It goes into why it's happening. Again, it's that time for the Lord to get ready to send YAHAWASHI, so these things must be so. It's necessary for all these things to be coming out on the news about what these white people are doing around the earth, man. It's necessary.
This is Second Thessalonians 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped.
Yeah, who else is walking on the earth portraying himself to be high and mighty like he is the Most High? That's who it is. Ain't nobody else. The so-called Negro, Latino, Native American man is content with what he has. All these other heathen nations, they're trying
so that he as God.
Yeah, and he's worshipped through the miracles of his technology, and especially in the medical field, man, with his healings that he so-called brings, which brings nothing but more death in the long game. But in the short game, he's idolized as a god through his medical advances, man. Where they showed the movie I Am Legend, where they started the movie off with showing the cure for cancer, and it brought about the destruction of the whole damn United States, or the, I don't know if they say the New York was that place was completely overrun by zombies, man. Yeah, because of the Jews. They came out with a cure, and what ended up happening was death came. Well, that's what this man is exalted in, what this man is going to bring to the earth through the power that he's given him, or not given himself, but that he's portrayed the earth to the world is going to be death, man. And that's why it's important for the men of the Lord to be out here to discover this man's sins and to reveal them to the world, because those that are going to be saved are going to look upon these things and prepare themselves to be kept from this destruction.
It says, so that he as God, sitting in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know the motive that he might be revealed in his time.
That he might be revealed in his time. And whose time? In Esau's time. And guess what? Jacob is Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. So Esau is the end of his own time, man. He's going to be revealed in his rulership, during his era, and he's going to bring about the end of his own era. Okay?
Yeah, he laid his own snare, his own trap. He's gonna fall in it.
That's the Esther chapter 7. Haman getting thrown on his own gallows, man.
Hang him high.
For the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
Yeah, 'cause during that time when this was written, the Roman Empire was in power, and that's the so-called white man that was ruling. Okay, it might have not have been the small hats at that particular time, but those were Edomites.
Only he who now letteth elect until he be taken out of the way.
Most High let that man be put in charge, and he fell. He was wounded, but then he came back during the Renaissance. That deadly wound was healed, and he stood back up on his feet. Okay, and here we are today, still under this man's thumb, still in the hands of these devils. And now the worst of the Edomites is ruling the earth, the damn Amalekites. That's the scum of Esau. The Barry Manilow's of the world. You ain't never seen an Amalekite taller than 5'6", 5'7", man. Little motherfuckers, man.
Rat.
Yeah.
Well, remember, in the Harry Potter, they were depicted as trolls.
Right.
Little fucking troll bread. You know, British shit, you know that.
A literal demon, bro.
Epstein, Finkelstein, all the fucking Horowitz and fucking Emmerich names. It just rubs people wrong. Anybody hear them names, they automatically have a fucking devil.
Hey, bro, why you think you being controlled saying anti-semantics? I'll use anti-semantics. You know, bro, that's being governed on American media. Like, you being persecuted by a foreign, let's say a foreign government. Like, you under them. I thought this was America, the home of the free. Well, you just say what you wanted to say.
You can say anything except about them. You can talk about niggas and streaks, but you talk about the small hats, then your bank canceled you. You lost your job. It's because you talked about them.
Remember that launch from 2013? Yeah. We gotta let you go. You just can't be associated with
How
this
could
kind
you?
of with this kind of rhetoric.
6 million G's.
But again, that's how you know who the corporate is. Who's in control. Okay, you can't talk about it.
And to show you the power of the Lord, that's why I said, he who not letteth will let until you be taken out of the way. The Lord set these devils up to be in charge at the end of the day. The most feeble ones, the most feeble of Edomites are the ones that are ruling this earth. Weak ass ones, man.
Yeah, he's
No power. But got the most to say. That's these Amalekites, man.
You pick his little ass up like this.
Kick that little nigga in his shit.
Tell me this little motherfucker boy, I'm in all this pain.
That show you the power of the Lord. I tell you in Daniel's 4 and 17, this is the decree of God watches and the intent for all that deliver. They know that the Most High rules in the kingdom of men and giving them over to who he see fit, even the basis of men. So the Lord, he revealed his power by putting the lowest at the top and put the top at the bottom.
You got Ishmael over there. They got videos all over the damn internet of Ishmael whipping that nigga's ass. If it wasn't for America's planes flying over the damn skies, Ishmael would have been whooping them niggas' asses over there in the Middle East, man. But it's America that with its might, which is the hammer of the earth, over there saving their asses, man. Because otherwise, they would. What happened before they got into that land? They got chased out of every goddamn country in Europe. Nobody liked them, man. That's what Hitler was trying to say. I ain't the one with the small hats. It's America got the true ones, the true jewels of the Lord. These guys ain't the jewels. These motherfuckers are a goddamn flea in my ass. Get these fuckers out of my country.
He was one in himself.
Yeah, but you know, he ain't
Agenda, yeah, they used him to push that agenda. They had to justify the reason they were gonna do what they were gonna do.
Oh, fake ass story.
The Amalekites have never been able to do anything against anybody else.
That's why they had to take control of the currency, the financial system. They said, well, we can't beat them, so let's just own them.
They were able to now finance an army to protect them. They took over. They controlled the money.
Got to the
and now they
church.
control everybody. We pay for our armies.
That's why the Pope wears a small hat, right? They got into the money, into the religion, and the military. They own it all through the money system.
And they play chess with you motherfuckers.
Hey, just like you say, America receives some weapons that they ain't never seen before in Venezuela. Who do you think gave them that? When you go into all that hyper weapons, this, that, and the third, man, the small has formed those weapons, the top weapons, like weapons they plan to use against the angels of YAHAWASHI. Bro, they have that type of shit, bro.
And the military doesn't make it. They buy it from these the military industrial
Contract.
complex, which I guess who owns them? BlackRock. It's fucking small hats. And even the CEOs and presidents, they're small hats. Like the CEO of BlackRock, Larry Fink. Guess what? His son was named in the Epstein files, saying that he can't stand oil. He said he hates anybody that's not Jew. That's all the Epstein files, and that's I forgot what his name is, but it's Larry Fink's son, which is currently the CEO of BlackRock. They can't stand. They don't want to be around you people, including the rest of the Edomites. They can't stand you people.
And after World War II, they had that fight between who was going to get the wise men of team, so that they could create these weapons to further put their foothold or their stronghold over the nations of the world. So they paid these dudes to come and develop some technology, these wise men, that would eventually bring about their own demise. That's why he will not let them until you be taken out of the way. Now the Lord has set up these devils, all right, these small hats, ones over there calling themselves Israelis. He's set them up perfectly. Because now he's getting ready to take them out of the way. He's going to let them use them, do it for themselves.
And ultimately, they're the cause of World War III. Israel. Statement of Israel.
They've been the issue with all three of them.
Exactly. Yeah, really, yeah.
World War I, World War II, and III, the small hats were in the background.
Even going back to the Civil War and all them wars were funded by who? The small hats. Because the RAWCHAA family, they've been in the banks since the 1600s. You know? Funding these wars.
American Revolution.
The Napoleon War. They've been in since the Napoleon War. They've been funding wars. Like, now, what, 1700s?
Yeah, that's when they finally got their full control over Europe with the Napoleon War.
Which there's a lot of lies on against that because those who fighting. They were fighting the Russians. Because Jake was still ruling in Russia at that time. You go into the history of the original czars and shit of Russia, the Jakes. But that's another topic for another day.
Verse 8, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. And then shall that wicked, and then shall that wicked be revealed.
Hey, if Epstein falls in the villain over the wicked and shit. God dang. Like, people should be burning buildings. I know what's wrong with it. They're going to show you how stupefied these people have become that they won't even stand up. Knowing that their whole government is filled with satanic, baby-eating devils. They ain't doing shit about it.
And a lot of these people that have talked shit about the prophets, about us saying that the so-called white man is the devil all these years, are now shutting the hell up. Now they ain't saying shit. A lot of them feel ashamed that they ever said that about you. Damn, he was right, man. They the devil, man. They doing this.
How do you know?
Over there holding their child. Oh, God.
You voted for him,
What's
motherfucker.
happening to you? But here it is. You were being warned years ago, man. Go ahead.
Hey man, the prophet's gonna have such a good
The last best.
because bro, we've been out here speaking nothing but truth to the spirit of power, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, and it's dark night going down, man. That's why it's so funny now. It's like, oh, you just now realizing that?
We didn't need the Epstein files to tell you these people were fucking satanic.
And we right now we ain't gonna say nothing to you.
No.
We just gonna say word. You come. Oh, did I what? Did I what? What are you gonna tell me now?
You see
this spot? Word.
Bring it down.
Let me know. Hey, but all in all, what to get you to start speaking that sweet song to him, and I'm like, I ain't gonna sing it. Unless the Lord want me to sing it. And he gonna put a spirit on you, whether you gonna sing it or not. What's that name?
Right.
Hey,
Clown, man.
you gonna realize, bro, some of you might be asleep.
That's it. Now some more. Let's start from the top again. 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Yes, sir. The spirit of his mouth and the brightness of his coming. And right now, you're going to really see that, oh, those were the men of God, bro. I remember that about a month ago, that this Edomite came, boy, he appeared to be Edomite, and he was breaking the scriptures down to him, going to the market of peace. This and that third for a long time. And I was like, so when you leave, you going to tell people who the Hebrew Israelites are. I heard about them. Like, because you say, I heard about them. Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? We didn't attack him. You know, we didn't judge him just because he looked like an Edomite. Oh, you might be, hey, you could be Israelite, you could be not. We just here to tell you the truth. And if you can get it, you can get it. Bam, he left off like, hey, man. He got basically a true testimony of what we was about, man. You know? And everybody that come up here, like the Doeg that keep passing by every day, he know he telling the truth, bro. That's why he rides by to see if we still out here, bro. Everybody, they know it, bro.
He getting farther and farther away.
You know? But he makes sure he ride by to see if we out here, bro.
He just checking.
Checking. Yeah, y'all know, man.
Hey, next time you come by, you gotta ask him. You see the FC files? Like the elder from LA. He said he was Barack. He said he went to Walmart and he saw some chick looking at the missing children board. He walked by and said, "You see the FC files?" And that's what he gonna start asking you. You see the FC files?
Hey, and some of them people gonna see they people on the videos.
Yep.
They gonna see they people on the one that little Kimmy that was missing since 19 such and such. You gonna recognize you, don't be like, oh shit.
There she is.
That she is right now. But
Next to Trump. Yeah.
Ooh, y'all gonna be in trouble, boy. Y'all gonna be in trouble, boy.
If you didn't believe us, well, now you got the files to go look at.
Yeah.
Go on their website. They got it. It's public domain.
All the missing people, shit. You gonna see us probably one of them videos.
Little Steve
man.
went missing. And they go full grown nigga now. Bugged out. It was
So
damn
they been
high.
doing experiments on them on some
And
cam.
they set him free. Go, boy.
Man,
Bugged out. Worked at Walmart.
Hey man, all this shit finna come out, bro. Because these people ain't ending up in McDonald's and all that other shit for no reason, bro. All the truth is coming,
Bro, and it's not like they even hiding this shit. Like, you can go on their website and read this shit for yourself. All the atrocities they did with the children. As I'm saying, like, how is America still operating normally? You people should be in a goddamn uproar reading these things. And, but the only times people are going to see the Epstein files is when they're on social media. Somebody else screenshotted it and look what they just said on the Epstein files. Keep throwing. Whatever.
Verse 9, 2 Thessalonians 2:9, even him who's coming is not for the working of Satan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's coming after the working of Satan. This is the devil's work.
And they're telling you that they're doing rituals, sacrifices. That's the workings of Satan. And these are the motherfuckers you see on TV all day talking about they voting for your laws and rights and shit.
You know, they gonna say such and such said he was the devil at the table. You was telling everybody at the table.
Oh yeah.
He didn't say they was the devil.
Shit, now the Epstein files are like, this motherfucker's the devil. There's some satanic worship here.
Yeah.
No wonder he was saying that.
They don't want to get in contact with you, brother.
I guess I said the Pope. The Pope was, and look, the Pope is on the Epstein files. And Papa, and all these Northern Kingdoms worship this devil. And Papa, oh creepy nigga.
Northern Kingdom motherfuckers in the closet with a blanket over them, fucking going through their phone on the Epstein files, looking at that shit, because they ashamed us to do that shit in the public. Because they already know who on there. They know the Papa, and Papa is on there.
All these missing children. Well, who said it? I forgot. Oh, it was a documentary. They said that child trafficking has become bigger than drugs and something else, drug crime, you know, and murder, some shit like that. Where do you think all these children are going? Yeah, all these millions and millions of children go missing every year.
Nobody knows where the fuck they at.
And here in Tampa, y'all been funding the Epstein Island.
Yeah.
Y'all one of the top places in the whole country here, man. Y'all, I think they're like they're close to like 10 in the whole nation. Tampa is one of the top cities in the whole United States for that sex trafficking or human trafficking. Yep.
Yeah, so
Small hats in here.
Florida in general, yeah. You know, West Palm, Miami. Florida is a hub for human trafficking. You know, because a lot of people come here, they go missing. Oh, little Susie went on vacation, and now she's in fucking Uzbekistan, you know, on heroin and having her way. Or they'll sell them to some sheik in Dubai.
And it was recorded.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
You see that?
Yep. It's on the files.
That's what I'm saying. Watch that movie Blink Twice. They show that in there. See it? Yeah.
That Blink Twice?
Blink Twice. Bitches at the airport, meet these rich dudes.
Yeah.
They invite them over to their island.
Get drugged up.
He wanted to come to his island.
Hey, but if the bitch go to the yacht, she got got. She might not be coming back. Shit. You know, and nobody's gonna care. Whatever, just another bitch gone. Or a child, you know, went to Disneyland, never got separated from the parents, nobody know where the kid at.
Like, people just don't disappear, bro.
Right.
That's what we're trying to say. How does hey, you wrap your mind around this hilarious. Like, bro, where did he go, bro? He just disappeared. Nobody
But this nigga, magician? What do you mean disappeared?
all this surveillance that's out in the world, and somehow somebody just up and poofed out.
Yeah, they found Bin Laden in a cave in the middle of the desert, but they can't find little Timmy. Nigga went missing 5 minutes ago. They can't find him. Come on, bro.
It's fine. Hey, that's like give you statistics. They have a kidnapping happens within like every 10, whatever seconds. So within the 10 minutes, he's gone from your existence.
Nobody knows where he went.
10 minutes.
Yeah, you did this and you look back and the motherfucker gone. Like, what the fuck?
You people are fucking stupid, bro.
Disney and tell you, we don't know what to tell you, sir.
Yeah, and Joe Reagan brought it out. They got their own.
Tunnel system.
Yeah, they got their own police system. Like
Train us if we don't know.
Don't know, Papa.
Ain't no foreign police. They got their own policing, bro.
Yeah.
They the law.
They pretending to investigate it.
Exactly.
Then we gonna go look through the footage, and then the parents don't know what happened.
You got a motherfucker in the back automatically doing photoshopping that clip out.
Yeah. Little nigga grabbed him.
AI.
He ran off with him.
Using a different level of AI that's
Gave a Mickey Mouse lollipop to bribe the little kid.
this is the last person we seen with on camera. That's right here. Never existed. They placed this photo on the news.
Have you seen it?
Looking for him.
It's back in the head and shit. They don't even show you the face. Some other
And
little
they're
kid
probably a
in the
mask
back.
anyway, you know. Now they got human mask. They make you look like a different person.
And I believe what I heard was a lot of those people that were going, a lot of those kids that were going missing was on that New World ride. Are you going?
Oh, it's a small world.
Yeah,
A lot of those kids were getting snatched up out of those little boats in there.
That little teacups.
They
Yeah.
were saying some parents were stupid enough to just send their kids in there by themselves on that little boat. That boat come around on the other side and the kid ain't on the boat, man.
It's a small
And
world.
now you scared, panicking. Oh my God, my baby.
It's little Timmy. Yeah, that nigga go. He's in the tunnels by now, nigga. And I remember they said a few years ago somebody had brought out. Hell, my neighbor said that they got tunnels from Disney to different cities. Like Tampa, they say supposedly there's tunnels under Ybor City that ultimately lead to Disney.
I was working with somebody who was telling me about the tunnels underneath the cities of New York City. They transport all kinds of shit down there.
Well, remember, I know, but today I mentioned that they got cities, other cities, man. They got whole
Hey,
cities.
you remember we saw that small hat they got out of the tunnel in New York?
Yeah.
Where you come
Why you like, bro?
They
What
just put the
hell?
mailbox back like it wasn't there. Like, come on, man.
Like, bro, this nigga is came from under the concrete, and it, like you said, it looked like 3 stories high. It's like, damn, 3 stories under the ground.
Remember, not too long ago, they found a whole little place down there in New York. Yeah, it was like under a school or some shit. They found a whole place underneath
And beds and
where it
everything.
had beds, had rooms with kids' clothing and toys and shit. And then they just stopped talking about that shit.
Yeah. Same thing with the niggas they came out this little tunnel. With the mailbox was covering it. But again, you talk about that, you're anti-Semitic.
Hate speech.
That's not even an actual word, but
You're accusing them of that.
yeah, and again, who owns the media? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna play what they want to play, and they'll just throw it in there. Because they'll throw in truth here and there, just to and then just go on to the next. Yeah.
You see what they did out there in L.A.? They done burned the whole city down to get rid of everything. They don't give a fuck. These motherfuckers do whatever they can to get out of the situation.
Or just play the victim.
Board of reviewing these devils. Too much information is coming out on Esau for him to keep up and cover everything up. So he got to distract me with a bunch of bullshit like Russ been saying, and he what's the word? He'll create more problems, pretty much. He'll create a new situation, some new shit will come out.
Cover up.
Yep, cover up.
The AI is helping with that. Giving them different scenarios, different stories. It's calculated doing things. But it's a demon, like Elon said.
Some of the demons.
Some of the demons, bro. But to run that fucking beast computer system, bro. Go ahead.
This book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 6. How are the things of
Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? It says, how are the things from Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? The Lord doeth nothing but he revealed the secret to his servants and prophets. That's why they pulled up on the elders and apostles years ago. Like, how did you find this out? You spent millions of dollars on hiding. Imagine you keeping the secret between you and your best friend. You go outside, the very next moment, and everybody preaching it on the rooftops. That's why he's freaking out. He's running out of time, man. And they ran back to the headquarters here. We got to screw this thing up. Because our secret is out there. These like we were talking about that earlier, these slaves that somehow that figured out all this shit. And that was in the early stages of the internet. So look at what's happening now. And Esau's ready to move on Israelites, man. He's ready to come down and just straight up persecute you. And that's what's gonna happen. Because that's the only other thing to be able to cover up his ass is to persecute those that are bringing out this information.
Like you're looking at back then, burn the city down and blame the Israelites. Anybody do again.
That's the solution. You can come back with that same solution.
Yeah, and remember he did that because he started to become unpopular. This nigga's on the Epstein files. He's already his approval rating's already down. So now the MAGA ain't looking too good.
That brand.
Your Lord is exposing them because these type of videos going back to 2014, because you will see these type of, some YouTubers will expose certain things, but they will only have probably like 3,000 views, maybe even 200, 300. When I'm on Instagram, I'm scrolling, I'm like, bro, 200,000 likes. I go to the views, 2.5 million. So the Lord is bringing, and that's multiple reels. So hundreds of millions of views, man, on these devils getting exposed.
Comment underneath it. Yeah. Comment highlighted comment is small house did it.
Yeah.
It's huge. Put the little juice, the crowd juice symbol out there.
Hey, you don't think AI is picking up on all that shit? It's fun. It's fun doing all that shit, man. Every comment you like that supports it, bam, it's selected it. Yeah, like even if you watch it, you ain't even gotta go as far as
You see, because it knows if you how long.
how many seconds.
Yeah, so it knows
That's
if
why
you
it
watch
treats
it.
your algorithm up, you know?
Watch the whole video.
It watched it more than once.
He clicked reload or rewatch it.
Like 10 times. Yeah.
And then the camera's looking at your eyes. Because that's like a subconscious thing. And the way your eyes move and shit. And the AI can pick up on that shit now.
That's why I keep updating your iPhone, like your brother said. Just keep updating your shit, because that technology is just, it's learning your eyes, like the brother said. It's learning everything about you more and more and more and more.
Because even when you sleep, your eyes are moving. When you're in REM sleep, you have to look at somebody that's you can see their eyes moving under their eyelids. You'll see it. So that same thing when you're awake. Your eyes are in like you shit. You don't even know what's going on. So he saw that technology now that he can fully take that into consideration with biometrics and all that shit. And just to see again, Esau's AI is building a whole database on each and everybody. To know what you like, what you don't like, ultimately to the judge you.
Put you on that too. Put you on what like the hell you should bring out the blue list, the whatever list. It's already got his category when it got you. Like he's done. He can't be rehabilitated.
Blacklist can't be replatformed.
This is Psalms chapter 19. Let's start at verse 1 and we'll close out on these. Psalms 19 and 1. The heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament showeth his handiwork.
Yeah, and that's just this word, basically what reaching the heavens, reaching over, which when you go into the technically of it, is the satellites. Alright, this internet that basically delivered this message. And that what that does, that mimics the human heavens revealed his what? His handiwork.
Declare the glory of the Lord, and the firmament showeth his handiwork.
Yeah, the glory of the Lord, which is the truth. That's where it starts at. The truth is the most powerful of us all, because that's what's exposed to these devils. That's the number one weapon against these small hatters is the truth. They're completely contrary to the truth. Like we all say, the truth can't get right. They just can't do the right fucking thing, man. Alright? Even if they wanted to.
Verse 2. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. That's these videos going out. And, you know, when brothers keep doing their videos, and also Esau exposing himself. You know, his tongue falling upon himself.
Right? Scripture, they that fear the Lord spake often one to another. We speak to each other, you know, he got the sanctuaries and the camps, but then he also got the videos.
We put these videos out there to warn the flock. Hey, look at what these devils are doing. Look at what they did here. Look at this article. Look at this clip. And then Esau started doing what? He clipped, shut down channels to try to stop that.
Because we were able to add what they were doing to the scriptures. Everybody can't do that. And like Elton said it, he said the reason why y'all watch this is y'all can't marry the scriptures with what's going on right now. So that's why y'all have to come and watch our videos. Because you know that those guys can take a news clip, whatever, anything in the planet Earth, and they can add to the scripture. So what's happening right now? Prophecy, World War III. People want to know about all this type of stuff. The end of the world. So who the only people that can grab headlines and marry it to the scriptures? War, things that matter. War, people worry about the financial system. Technology, all that stuff. Oh, people want to judge morality. What's righteous, what's not. All the Israelites cover all of that, man. You know? They didn't say that they would have dealt. Esau, you know what this is? Esau. You exposed.
Yeah, so, on the back of the Duke sign, we got motherfuckers on the FC list, and that's an old sign, shit. A lot of motherfuckers on that sign that are on the FC list. We can't say we didn't tell you. Shame was spewing, and now they're making it public, redacted. It don't matter what they redact. The shame is still out there, whether they black it out or not.
Real quick, I typed this in the chat GPT. I said, what does it mean to be on the line in the ancient world? I said, great question. This phrase packs way more meaning in the ancient world than it does today. On the line in ancient times meant standing at a boundary. In the ancient world, a line wasn't abstract or symbolic the way we use it now. It says a boundary line between lands, a border between peoples or kingdoms, a marked line for judgment, battle, and heritage. And this is the point here. To be on the line meant you were at a point of decision, exposure, or transition. You know, and when you would go through the borders of lands, it was to either do trade or to exchange information with other countries, man. And for the most part, you would stay in your land.
And now that exposure too, you go online, you get nothing but exposure. Exposure of what's going on around the world, but people don't use it for that. Right. They use it for stupidity, you know, and entertainment. But on the right hand side, it's for the exposing of the devil.
Esau uses it as a form of warfare through the information. Okay?
Info wars.
Yep. Exactly.
And that's why it's called the World Wide Web, because it goes globally, instantly.
Psalms 19 and verse 3, there is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out throughout the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun. That's talking about the internet. Their line going out to the end of the world, that's just information going here and there. You know, you had the little cup with the string on it. You know, kids so-called use that to talk to each other. Well, that line is what is the connection between information here and information across the world, man. And we live in a world where everything, the World Wide Web, everything is connected. And a web is what? A whole bunch of lines put out in a pattern to make
connect everything.
Yeah, to connect everything, put everything together. And that's what the internet did.
Now you got the Internet of Things, Internet of Values, Internet of Bodies.
says, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. And there ain't nothing hid on the internet. Like the brother said, you can't delete shit fully.
The internet is forever, as they say.
That information, that coding is out there somewhere.
And even old websites, or it could be the same website, but an older version of it is still on the internet. If you know how to use the internet, you can find it. Everything is searchable on the internet, and there's backdoors, and that's why hackers are do what they do. As long as you know how to code and shit, you can find anything on the internet.
You can expose backdoors. You can find out passwords to Wi-Fi by just typing in pushing certain buttons, and the programming code comes up. You go all the way down to the list, and it'll show you the list for all the Wi-Fi's that have been connected to that device.
Yeah, and even what they call it, the DOS system. The DOS system.
Yeah.
That's the coding. That's the crap boats, really. Is what it is. It's just a bunch of random characters. But just like in the Matrix, he said, "Yeah, I don't see the code no more. I just see," and that's what your websites are. Because if you go, you can break it. There's an option on the settings, so you can break the website down to the coding, and it'll show it to you. But it formulates it together, so you can actually interact with the actual website. But it's nothing but a coding, at the end of the day. And now the devil has coded everything together. And the next step is the financial system, which is already there coded. That's why I call it the internet of value, which is the currency. Ultimately, the blockchains and all that.
Yeah, man. So it's all been decoded. The Lord decoded you through the Spirit, man. And what it is, that's beautiful. The word decoded, because that's what we basically done. We decoded the scriptures, man. Through our Lord YAHAWASHI, he allowed that to happen, that the scriptures to be decoded, that the truth of the scriptures will be spoken, man. We hear it being spoken in these last days, and it ain't too much longer it's going to be allowed on the internet, man. The Lord is about to pull it back. All right, so get what you can. That's it, right? I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor.
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, QADASH.
Double on self, positive, no strong, peace, love, and blessings to you.
Shalom.
Rock the YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI.
Rock the YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI.